Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear I've weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Hello viewers, welcome to round 2 of the MSR V10 Gen 2 league here at MSR. As always, joined here by WMDR Martin.
Greetings.
But we've got quite an interesting track to say the least, very technical compared to last week's race at Spielberg. This time at Monaco for the second round as well, which is just an extremely technical track, I've got to say, and it's going to very much test most of these drivers and put them to their limit, and some of them putting themselves in the wall as well.
Yeah, definitely expecting to see a few safety cars here tonight at what is also known as Azure Circuit for developers who don't have the license for the actual track, but as far as it comes to the layout, it seems to be quite accurate.
Just also reminded me I will be putting a prediction up, so if you guys think there is actually going to be a safety car this race, you can vote for it and steal a bit of points from other people depending on.
I'm wagering 1,000 points to yes.
Yes. So if there isn't a safety car, you're gonna lose all of that, and I'm gonna be so happy.
I'll still be able to overhydrate with my remaining 8,000 points. Don't worry.
No.
Feeling like Mr. Moneybags tonight, which is very fitting considering we're in Monaco, the tax haven of the calendar.
Yeah, very much. On board with Roman GR, he's now on his hot lap. He is part of the first 10 people out the pit lane, and he's very much driving this car to the limit, coming into sector 3 now. This, in my opinion, this is probably one of the hardest corners just passing there, apart from of course the last 2 corners being Raskas. Hello Fennec.
Oh, and we've actually got our first time on the board now. That'd be Svi with the 112.1 as he kind of touches the wall outside turn 1 there.
Roman
beats him half a second.
Yeah, Svi is definitely going to be wanting to maybe get a bit of redemption, especially after last time. I don't think he maybe finished. Roman Chuck very close to the wall there.
Yeah, speaking of Roman, he's now down to P2 because RuneLink has set a 111.5. Really impressive already. Roman doing a Rosberg there, missing his corner.
Yeah, as we now watch Tomahawks on the front of his car. I've always got to say, I remember the hairpin. I could never know how to do it because, of course, controller and stuff, but I would always end up whacking into the wall because I wouldn't increase the steering lock or having to drift around it half the time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the one of the big weaknesses of the pad, of course, is the insane understeer you get in hairpin corners, and this hairpin definitely being the most famous one on the calendar, probably the most difficult one as well, and even in real life, they really need to increase the amount of steering lock that these cars have. So yeah, it's a very understandable setup change to make.
Yeah.
Tomahawks here is finishing what I believe to be his second push lap. We'll see if he improves at all. And he does, just 7 seconds from provisional pole.
That is a very close time to ruling. The 2 blue cars. Clear. It's got to be the skin. It's got to be the skin. The 2 blue cars putting it on the front row. Now Roman Giro's course in a ever so slightly blue car. It's got to be. You know what? I feel like all the drivers should use this excuse. The blue car. Clearly, it's more suited to.
What was the guy's team that won in '96 around here again? Was that Ligier or was it a different blue team?
I'm not good with old races, but
I remember there was like a race where there were only like 4 cars that finished in the real F1 season, and it was a blue car that won the race, so it's a good omen. Olivier Panis was the driver, I remember that much.
Something a team that I'm going to be looking at closely as well are going to be the Jaguars, which I think in 2000 and.
Oh, crashed on the entry to the pit lane, and we've lost someone as well. Not sure who that was. Currently only 9 times on the board though, so as mentioned, earlier in the meeting, there will be a split qualifying for this event due to the tight nature of the track. It'd be very, very busy if everyone's trying to get a lap at the same time. So to avoid people from impeding each other, we've split up the grid into 2 halves for this session. So one half gets to go first, and the other half gets to go in the final minutes of the session.
I think I have just ever so slightly. I think I've realised why that. Oh no, there's a 10th on the board.
Oh,
and
that
that
looks
is
like someone's actually gained a few tenths as well.
Roman once again taking pole position and putting his car 2 tenths ahead of RuneLink. Can RuneLink do anything? Roman GR, of course, winning last week's race.
Oh, look at that rear end just sliding around.
Yeah. You want to proper cut as much of that hairpin curb and coming through the.
No, it's very interesting to see his style of going through these corners. He's basically locking up every single time to swing out the rear end, and he's still getting understeer in some corners. It's just very, very interesting to see. And there, his car just starts levitating a bit.
Yeah, definitely taking a bit too much curbing there. 3 minutes left on the board for all these 10 drivers out currently, as people are going to be going for their last laps. So
just want to mention as well, there's currently only 0 points being wagered for there to be no safety car. Come on, people, have some bravery.
If there isn't a safety car, whoever does vote for it is very much going to be let me check how many points are on the board for that one person.
I think it's currently 1,500.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, very I think, well, especially for this track, I wouldn't fully be surprised if people voted for yes, there is going to be a safety car. But it is I do wonder.
Yeah, very interesting as well. With these cars, they're quite setup dependent, and you can see that in the times as well. Some people just not being able to push the car at all. Asashi and Kira pitting now with a 3-second deficit to provisional pole. There's only 2 drivers within a second, and the rest is almost 2 seconds away, as RuneLink actually sets a new PB that's 7 tenths faster than Roman at 1:10.5.
Wow, that is a massive deficit there, as making it into the 10-second margin. That is, what a lap. And with only about 1:30 left on the board, Roman's only going to have maybe a lap or 2 to manage to maybe steal away or even get close to RuneLink's time.
Well, it looks like he's going to be our only hope for provisional pole, at least in this first half of the session, as no one else is currently within a second of that lap time, so we'll be on board with him for now as he's on a push lap.
I am just interested quickly. I think on the left hand of my screen there might be a little bit glitch, because it goes RuneLink Roman and then it cuts straight to 4th place with Svi.
Ah, I've got the same thing.
So
not sure what's going on there.
Yeah.
But Roman here coming into the heavy braking zone now.
That is definitely one of the biggest overtaking opportunities, and if you don't get your braking right there, you're going straight over that corner and invalidating your lap straight away. He's almost 5 tenths up on his time. Oh.
Yeah, he seemed a tiny bit hesitant in the high speed section, but I'm not sure if that's just the quality of the connection speaking there. But he's definitely on a pretty good lap now. It's all going to depend on this final exit, though, if he wants to get pole.
Gets a little bit of tire slip there as he has to correct it and into the wall. Oh my god!
Barrier.
2 tenths off of RuneLink. It's not gonna be. He has no time for another lap, especially since he has the pit. I think RuneLink.
Oh, look at the counter steer.
Yeah, I think
counter steering in the hairpin. I saw Roman do that as well, but that's wild. I don't think many people are gonna be experiencing that with this car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's messed up in the one corner where Senna lost one of his Monaco victories. So let's see who else is currently out on track. Binding, Fast Scout, and Asashi and Kira still driving. De Lau is just coming out, so I think this will be the final lap for these 3 top 10 guys.
Yeah, whether Fat Scout, Binding, or Ash and Kira can improve to get themselves higher up in the board. Fat Scout is definitely up on his time by a 10th coming through the first sector.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see any oversteering or countersteering there in the hairpin. So his car seemingly not quite as aggressively set up as the others, but if you want to survive the race, you can't set up the car too aggressively, of course.
Yeah, just getting a message from Fennec as well saying sliding the hairpin is indeed faster, but you know, I don't think
sure it is,
you're gonna be able to do that consistently in the race. Fat Scout's 4 tenths up on his time. If he were to do that right now, he would be in front of Binding in the Jaguar.
Wait, how many tenths up is he?
4. Oh no, he wouldn't.
That would put him behind Binding.
He's got to get an extra 2 tenths in this last sector then. Coming across the
See
line.
what he's up to. Improves by 4, but it's not enough to improve his position. So that will be Fat Scout going back into the pits, as I think his time should be up.
Yeah, as we see him.
So we'll see the second half come out now. Some of the drivers to look out for are probably going to be Ultimate Keza. Mats VR, who's just set his first, well, I wouldn't quite call that a banker lap. I'm sure it's just an out lap. Who else are you looking out for, Nismo?
Well, yeah, definitely Mats is one of the contenders, which I am going to be looking forward to seeing fly up, as he's already 3 seconds up on his time there. But a lot of other people, like for instance Shade, I remember doing well last race and getting some good points. So whether he can get into the top 10 and push some people down, I do wonder.
I'm sure if he gets a good position, he'll be able to throw a lot of shade on his competitors, as there's one of the... Was that a Honda in the wall?
I believe, yeah, it looked to be a Honda. I don't know if that was...
and I'm not sure if that was some wall riding.
Yeah, I definitely... I'm happy it's not just me with the connection issue there, but definitely looked like Mats had whacked the wall multiple times. There might be a bit of lag on maybe Mats' side there.
So the time to beat currently still a 10.5. Mats goes P3, I believe. It's still a little bit glitched, so now we don't see who P4 is, but 6 tenths away from provisional pole. And for a first lap, that is not bad at all.
Thank you for correcting me, Fennec, on not Shade, Shad. Yeah, with Mats getting P3 on his first lap, I do wonder how much he has left in the bucket and how much more he can give that car for allow him to properly drive and maybe even get pole position or the front row on board with...
Looks like Keza is trying to really stay away from the barriers, not take too many risks, so I'm guessing this will be a banker lap.
Yeah, I think, especially at this track, I think a banker lap is good. I mean, he's got 4th or 5th. I don't quite know, as he whacks the wall. I don't know if he got damage there. He's continuing, so maybe he didn't, but...
Wait, what position is Fennec in, or is he not racing tonight?
Fennec, I don't think he's racing. I think the only person that has been swapped out, if I'm correct, is... let me quickly check, but it is going to be... The only person being swapped out today is Small Snack Max, who is being replaced by Tomahawks.
Very interesting. In the meantime, it seems like Keza is really struggling with his car. Considering that that he was really doing his best on the previous lap to avoid the walls as he understeers into one there. I think he's gonna be struggling in the race for pace, as yeah, that's a car killing crash there. He goes back into the pits.
Most definitely not lag. It's watching Chad ever so slightly drifty. As I said earlier, he's made it into the top 10.
Now he's made it into the pit lane.
Yeah, 5 minutes to go left. Well, almost 5 minutes left to go of qualifying. Watching Findict is 100% another person we want to be having a look at. He came...
Oh, that's another one losing it in the penultimate corner. Findict, your P8 driver.
Yeah, last race...
Go back to Case to see if this lap will be any better. What was that about last race?
Yeah, last race, Findict doing a... not having the greatest race due to maybe some strategy in his pit crew messing him up a bit. But definitely one of the top contenders, I would think, especially since last race he was the one to put it on pole at Spielberg. Whether he can do the same tonight, we'll see.
I do remember. Sorry to pipe in there. I just remember in the last race as well, safety car played a massive role in how that race played out, and it could very well be true for this one as well. There could be 1, 2, 3, even 4 safety cars. Depends on how much time they really spend getting the race back going, if something happens, of course, because there's always the possibility that it'll be a very clean race. But yeah, if you can keep the car out of the wall, if you can time your pit stops perfectly with whatever safety cars come up, that's going to be arguably more important than your raw pace in this race.
Yeah, quite right. I mean, everyone knows you might not be able to overtake at this track, but if you can get a better strategy than the person ahead, you can easily quite undercut them or even possibly overcut them if, say, they get stuck in traffic, or who knows what could happen in one lap of just going around Monaco.
As it looks like Hayes has opted to not go for an overly oversteery setup. Like he seems to have some understeer in the high speed, and he's not really sliding that much in the slow speed. So I think he'll definitely be limited pace-wise, but we'll hope that translates into a stable car for the race.
Yeah, without a doubt, I'm definitely not seeing, as you said, any massive movements of the wheel or corrections.
Oh, hold on. Mats has closed the gap to 4 tenths now, but still in P3.
Oh, and Runelink as well. I didn't notice that. Runelink taking...
He's been there since the first session.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Wait. I thought I saw Runelink out. I must be seeing things. Might be his teammate. But Old McKay's up by 6 attempts. He is now in very close to 3rd place. Mats, he's still got 2 minutes 30 to possibly gain.
Okay, I think Mats is backed off now because there's a driver ahead of him, and that dirty air will not help anybody on their lap. Yeah, he's nicely getting out of the way for whoever might be behind him, which is one of the Jordans, I think. No, that's an Arrows. Did they have Jordans in 2001?
Yes, but I think they are the...
Oh, there they are.
Yeah. I was gonna say the yellow cars on track being the Jordans. So, Emil, hopefully this sound is all better now. No problem. But yeah, so definitely expecting an interesting...
Ooh. Keza is right behind Mats now, less than a tenth of a second separating the two. It's all to play for with just about 1 lap's worth of time remaining, so just go on board with Mats here, because this might be his final push lap.
I mean, if he can manage to put another 1 minute 11 or 12, and he might have another chance for another lap, but whether he will still have the same grip as, say, this lap, I have no...
Ooh.
So you have very wide into that corner there.
Yeah, he's been going a little deep into some corners. His turn 1 wasn't the cleanest either. I think he might have turned in a little, just a tiny smidgen a bit of time too early there. But still got a chance going into sector 2. Oh, there's a lot of cars ahead of him.
Yeah, I was just... Oh, and that's a wall as well.
Let's see if K is up to anything better. I think, yeah, that's going to be it for Matt. So he's provisional P3. Not bad at all, but of course you always want to be starting this race with nobody ahead of you.
Yeah, quite right. I mean, this track is known for whoever starts at the front is essentially going to win. So currently Runelink will... be the most favourable person to win. Oh, that's K's in the wall, but he's 1/10 up. He's going to try and continue his lap. Oh my god, if he can do this, then he can beat Matt by...
Oh, he's lost all of his momentum there.
Oh, can he hold on to it? He was 1/10 up coming out of sector 2. His car's definitely looking a bit more slidey after whacking into that wall. He crosses the line. Does he beat Matt?
He doesn't. He's not even improved.
Is
very unfortunate for K. Is pushing to the absolute limit. Shad is now P6. See who else is still pushing their laps. I think Xevious will be finishing off his qualifying now. Still P12, no improvements there. Jedlin is ghosted for some reason.
Maybe joining a bit later in the session, so hopefully that doesn't come into the race where we might see a bit of desync, but if so, hopefully it won't be too harmful. Yeah, that was quite a big impact into.
And again. I think in real life that'd be some wheel losing impacts there, but let's see if he improves on his time. He's 2.4 off, and he stays 2.4 off. That means Ticklish is... No, he's also finished his lap.
So who are we waiting for? I think we
might be
might
the end of qualifying, I think. It's just, unless he still has control of his car.
Yes, I think Shad does have control of his car, and yeah, that is the end of qualifying. So it's going to be RuneLink on the front row with...
Oh, hold on. Newsflash. Someone has bet the absolute minimum on no safety car.
Oh, who's done that? But
because I was wondering, like, if nobody bets on no safety car and there ends up not being a safety car, do the safety car bettors get to keep their money or not?
No, at least
yeah.
I mean, I definitely know from experience that accidentally Fennec gave me 12k, and that was all his channel points gone because we were testing out the predictions earlier today.
Wow, Fennec being that one guy trying to steal over 1,500 points worth of Niz money on the channel. We'll see how that turns out, but yeah.
It's by the way, it is Fennec, by the way, who predicted no. But yes. Yeah, RuneLink on pole and Roman GR up next to him. I'm going to quickly cut to the racetrack and we'll see you guys back in a second.
Wow.
And hello, we're back.
You can give channel, please?
I don't know, but yeah, so yeah, so yeah, we're back, and it's RuneLink taking pole next to Roman GR. Matt's in third place, and Ultimate K's next to him. It's 3 red lights, and it's go already.
Oh, it's a lot of
my god, that's already safety car. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh wow, this is Spa 1998 levels of chaos.
This, yeah, quite right. Well.
Oh, and it's still going on. I think that second incident's definitely gonna have some stewarding looking at it, because at that point a safety car had definitely been called.
Yeah, without a doubt there. That was...
Good lord. I think what happened there was Roman just lost it on traction and spun straight into the Ferrari.
Yeah, quite right, and now everyone's gonna have to do a lap around the track. I think the grid's still a bit separated. Hopefully RuneLink hasn't run away completely.
No, there's the top 3 approaching, which is currently now Mats and Ultimate Keza. It's kind of hard to tell who has damage so far, so we'll only really know the grid order once they go past the pit lane once again. But I'll just try and keep this tunnel view for now, watch the entire grid go through.
I remember seeing someone without a rear wing, so I have no idea whether that is there is...
Oh, Eisenchenko's having a lot of trouble with that suspension.
That's crabbing if I've ever seen it before. Yeah, he's moving left and right. He's very much going to be trying to get that car back to the pit lane. Bumping over there.
Barely keeping it out of the wall there. It's, I mean, I don't think you'd get a penalty for cutting that particular chicane under safety car conditions, but yeah, just bangs the wall there again. Impossible to control the car with how broken that suspension is. So it might be a lengthy pit stop, but that's what the safety cars are for.
Something I'd do quickly wonder, since we've already pretty much got our answer to the prediction, is there going to be more than one safety car now? Oh my god, look how many people are in the pit lane. That's four, maybe 5, 6, I think, if Eisenchenk comes in. There's also some tires being swapped around.
I mean, I'm not too surprised, and I doubt that any of these people are coming in to get rid of their mandatory stop or whatever, because I think this will not be the last of the chaos we see. And if you go in and sacrifice your track position now, that might just not be a good idea. Ellie here asking, are all these drivers LMP3 drivers?
No, they are imbecile. I'm kidding. Whoa! What have I just seen?
Oh no, who was that? That was Drake and Shad getting into another incident.
That is, without a doubt, that is 100% going to be a steward's inquiry. They're being whacked under safety car conditions.
I think it might have been a bit of a chaotic decision to put Monaco this early on in the season, because I'm sure there's a couple of people who've probably never driven this track before, at least not in this game or with these cars.
Yeah.
But no chaos into the hairpin for now, as there's a slight corner cut there. The game is incredibly strict on that corner. It's actually quite ridiculous.
Yeah, but better strict than lenient.
When I'm driving there, I just take the curb to rotate the car, and the game's like, oh, well, you've used the sidewalk, a penalty for you.
I use the sidewalk in real life as well, but I don't get a penalty. I'm kidding. But so yeah, watching this now, I'm gonna run another prediction that is
Speaking of predictions, I won an entire 7 points from that.
7? Damn. I can't even bet on my own thing.
Send me all your points and I'll do the betting for you. But I believe we will be getting underway once again, as everyone's come out of the pits and has rejoined the back of the grid. So this will be a restart now. Seems like the top drivers are not weaving their tires, just waiting to get back underway, and they are underway. Runelink going full speed now into turn 1, followed by Mats, Kaiser, and Tomahawks.
Yeah, it's going to be single file going all the way up.
Someone cut the corner.
Hopefully they give that position back if they did make a position at all. Ticklish in the background. They're going too wide up the hill.
Yeah, that's Michael. He's just gone straight at turn 1.
That is a shame. I think there's also someone who is retired in the pit lane, so unfortunate for both of them.
No, he's just getting repairs after that previous incident.
Okay. Yeah,
but seems like the top two really running away with it. I'm not sure what Kaiser has been up to. He's already starting to form a bit of a cork bottle here.
But yeah, in Monaco as well, it's especially hard to overtake. So if you're not with that train ahead, there's absolutely no chance of even an overtake happening. But whether Ultimate Case can keep this train behind, I do wonder, as that is, I believe, Cuckoo maybe making a move on package. I'm guessing that's
side by side into the swimming pool section, and it's teammates.
I have no idea which teammate just overtook the other one, but if that was an overtake there, that was quite a good move, I got to admit.
That was also Shankira getting past Daylau, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone try and move there, especially a teammate.
Yeah, I mean, with such a high-speed corner. Oh, no, they're in the wall!
They're already in the wall. Yeah, both using the bus lane is not a great idea. That's going to be a lot of damage for sure. No massive impact so far, but is that another safety car? Because I feel like they're going really slowly.
Don't know. It looks like. I said I haven't even put the prediction up yet of is there going to be another safety car, and there's another.
I just don't know where it's happened.
Yeah. I definitely know 2 cars were involved going up.
Oh, Daylau's lost his wing, and both wings. That must have happened right after we left the pair, because, yeah, his car was completely fine just 2 seconds ago.
As a steward right now, there being 2 safety cars already, and
it's only lap 4.
Yeah, and it's only lap 4. I am the least terrified of what I have to witness now when Thursday comes along. I will also be streaming on Thursday to do all the tickets then as well, but I love it. I even forgot to get rid of my safety car incident thing because I knew it would I knew it would happen. Yeah, at least
commentators curse this race without even saying anything.
Yeah, at least saying this is going to be a long race, and I couldn't agree any more. If we're going to have an incident every 2 or 3 laps, well, we're going to be. This race is going to be. I'm going to go with. Wait, hold on. Every 2. It's going to be 25. No, most definitely not 25 minutes. Something around like just ages.
Okay, now we can see who's gone into the pits after that one. It's Kunishek, Jedlin, and Daylau should be in there. I think Daylau's left. I think he's out of the race.
It is unfortunate if he has left the race.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of extra people in the pits now. We've got X, Shad, and Kunishek all in there now, so not sure if that's all from this incident, but yeah, they're gonna have to. Well, I don't think they have to try their best to catch up because the grid is going very, very slowly now. They've only just passed turn 2.
Yeah, so hopefully this race can once again go underway. We've had an incident from the start. We've had an incident still at the start, and hopefully this race can get underway. We saw at the start though that RuneLink was indeed making a break away from Ultimate K's with Matt's trailing behind as well. So whether he's going to be able to bring that momentum for the second time or maybe third, I wonder if he's going to be able to maybe drop Matt's this time even.
I mean, unless Mats can somehow get the jump on him, it all depends on whether or not your rears want to cooperate. But it looks like Michael, current last place, has now caught up to the back of the grid, so we will be restarting on this lap. Just going to do a quick rundown of the grid order here. We're currently being led by RuneLink 2, Mats 46 in P2, Ultimate K's in the minority in P3, Tomahawk's still up in P4, Findict, despite getting involved in that incident earlier, has not pitted, so he's still in P5, followed by the Jaguar of Cuckoo, Package, Binding, Xevious, Eddie on the pad in his Ferrari, Fat Scott just behind, Asa Shinkira, who is now driving without a teammate after the last safety car incident, Svi, down quite low. He must have been involved in one of the earlier incidents. Ticklish up in P14. Roman down in P15, but he's already starting to recover from the first incident. Eisenchenk P16. Drake, Jedlin, Kunishek, Shad round out the top 20, and then there's just Exus and Michael still remaining.
Yeah, so watching, I do wonder, is the safety car gonna come in this lap?
Surely it is. And yeah,
yeah, and they're off. It's green flag racing for the third or second time. It isn't count. Oh, someone going wide there, and they're going 3 wide up the hill. Are they going to keep it safe? Please don't be another safety car.
Oh, they've done it.
And that is going to be Svi making a move on a Fat Scout in his summer body, and Ash and Kira also maybe doing the same.
Oh, they're all still really, really bunched up, though, so some people may try and send it up the inside. I think they might be 2 wide ahead.
Oh,
They are.
That's Svi as well.
Almost 3 wide. Oh, barely keeping it outside of each other, but we'll quickly catch up to our top two again. They've once again pulled away. Keza just not having all that much pace on any of the restarts, but crucially keeping it out of the wall, which is the most important thing in this race.
Yeah, he's still in that P3 position, and as you know, maybe finishing this race at the end of the day might actually be more valuable than total
I think
pace.
There's actually someone. Yeah, Michael's cut the chicane.
No, Mikey, no.
That was so not right.
I know, that was... But, yeah, ultimate okay, is definitely making a break for it. Someone he doesn't seem to be able to is Package, as Binding behind in that Jaguar is very much putting the pressure on.
Oh, I think that was an overtake by the Ferrari in the background. Eddie passing Xevious for P9.
Svi in the background as well, making a move on Ashen Kira. He's been able to make that overtake into the first corner using that exit speed of the Minardi and able to get into 11th position.
Yeah, and you see drivers having to switch direction at the very last second just to try and get every bit of that performance without having to sacrifice position to the guys behind. So when they're all bunched up like this, it's when you have to pay the most attention, and there's someone off. Is that Roman? It is not Roman. Who is that? That's this teammate, I think.
Ticklish. Must be Ticklish.
Yeah, that's Ticklish. He's off at, well, just coming into the tunnel. I'm not sure if he's got damage, but that is detrimental to his race.
Yeah, whether there was a collision involved, the stewards definitely might end up having a look at that. But no safety car still, and everyone is still green flag racing.
Oh, you just had to say it,
I had to say it, didn't I? I just, I'm just, yeah,
Throw up the third safety car.
Oh, yeah, mamma mia, this is...
Again, I don't know where it is. Is it for what happened at the corner that Ticklish was at? I mean, Svi's in the pits now. I just can't get the camera on him. And it looks like a lot of the people that were in the pits are already out of it, so those are very quick pit stops.
Yeah, maybe the incident happening in the last sector. Oh, yeah, mum. Is there any point...
This is going to be worse than Burno.
Is there any point of me even, like... Should I just keep the safety car installed on just the entire time? There's no point. We go racing for 3-4 laps and another safety car comes out. Oh, yeah.
I think the thing is, like, if we'd have more people rage quitting, I think there would eventually be less safety cars, but so far, we have a very resilient grid, and we still have 22 out of the 23 starters after 3 safety cars, so it looks like it'll be a long day.
Yeah, Emil say another safety car with less than 3 cars involved. Yeah, if there is, then that is going to be some serious repercussions.
Yeah, I mean, it's all gonna have to be revealed in the investigation, because unfortunately, with that many safety cars going on and with people being close at all times, it's very difficult to catch them on stream, because usually when a safety car happens, it happens between in one of the 2 fights that are ongoing in the race, and then we can fairly easily find it. But when no one can overtake that easily and everyone's still close to each other after a restart, then the safety car incident really could be anywhere up and down the grid.
Yeah, it's... I can't believe there's a 3rd safety car, It's just race cleaner, guys. I'm kidding. Yeah, as Dale was saying, this track is extremely hard to drive around, as well as... I mean, just having a safety car by itself on top of that, your tyres are cooling down around this track, and that could also help to maybe some of the incidences involved. You can see.
I mean, just look at Mats. He's heating up his tires like crazy right now, and Runelink, the fastest guy on track at the moment, does not seem to be concerned with his tires one bit.
He is the Kimi Räikkönen of MSR, clearly.
Let's just hope that his engine doesn't blow up like Räikkönen's. Was that a V10 or a V12? I don't know, but it was definitely a loud one, so let's hope that he can bring his engine to the end of the race.
Yeah, I believe it is going to be green flag racing this lap. It's Runelink once again leaving the pack away, and it's green flag racing. He's got a really good start there, I must say, as he's already gained about 5 tenths on Mats.
Oh, there is a move into turn 1. That is, I think, Kunishek passing Jedlin there.
Yeah, potentially. I definitely saw Kunisek looking for the inside, but maybe not able to make that move. And you can see Mats and Runelink slowly breaking away from Ultimate Kaiser for the third time.
There's a move down the inside here at the hairpin. Is it going to work? They're both giving each other a lot of space.
Yeah, I definitely saw some too wide moments there. Maybe a lot of bumping and shoving. I mean, especially into the hairpin.
I definitely hope it's not a lot of bumping and shoving, because in these cars, that's instant safety car.
Don't say it. No, Martin, don't say it. But yeah, definitely definitely not a safety car yet. And watching Tomba on the back of Ultimate Case.
Oh no, Exus has just completely lost it. His rear wing is in the middle of the track and gets collected by Ticklish to top it off.
That is very unfortunate for Exus. Shad as well. Maybe not having the best of times.
Oh, and I think that's Toyota missing his exit into turn 1, which puts Roman back into P9, so he's already recovered significantly after his terrible start. Let's keep an eye on this pair of drivers, because it seems like Keza has been a little bit vulnerable to Tomahawks in the last few laps.
Yeah, Tomahawk's definitely been very close to his rear, but you know, as I've stated many a time in this race, you can gain to the back of someone on this track quite easily, but overtaking, especially most than other tracks, is very hard to overtake.
Yeah, and we've had another 3 drivers in the pits, but no safety car called this time, so maybe those were separate incidents. But currently looking at the fight for seems to be P12 at the moment, led by Fat Scout, and it involves Eisenschenk, Kunishek, and Package. Someone missing the chicane a little bit.
Yeah, Eisenschenk going a bit wide there. You can see this train forming, and people maybe starting to get a bit impatient and try to look for those moves that maybe sometimes aren't there. Watching this train fly down the main straight, the start-finish straight. Are we gonna see anyone make a mistake or go or make a move on someone in front? That's looked to be Fat Scout defending from Eisenschenk, going too wide up.
Eisenschenk almost getting that move done, but now the car behind, seemingly under pressure of Kunishek, almost getting overtaken by Package, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's with how close all these cars are on track and how hard it is to overtake. We're going to start seeing a lot of trains start to form. Maybe some strategies going to be coming out of it as well.
Eisenschenk here on Fast Scout for P12 down the inside into the heavy braking. Makes a stick, but they do make contact.
Well, I think that might have been a clean move though, because I mean it's hard enough to go too wide, and Eisenschenk couldn't move any more to the left than I think he could, and that is quite a good move to be fully honest as well.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like quite a nice move, but 2 cars into that corner just don't go, and I don't think Fast Scout was really willing to sacrifice that position, so hopefully he's not got any damage on his car, but currently still in P13, leading this pack of Kunishek and Package.
Yeah, you can already see as well Eisenschenk making a gap to Fat Scout as well, so Fat Scout definitely holding up the pack
under a lot of pressure. Yeah, he's currently going up the hill near Casino Square, and doesn't seem like he's got the pace. Oh! As he shifts 2 positions there, but the Saubers hit the yellow guy.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of contact. The Sauber not able to actually pass. I remember last race I called it a Mercedes Red Bull. That is never going to say that again.
And just to clarify as well, the yellow guy is in fact the Jordan.
Yes, indeed. They're going.
It looks like Fast Scout's once again under pressure, being taken down the inside of the tunnel. That's not something you see often.
Yeah, maybe Fat Scout understanding that he might be slowing down enough, and maybe wanting to race his own race. Rather than holding up some other drivers who maybe are wanting to push a lot harder.
I mean, to be honest, you'd think like the fatter the Scout, the harder it would be to overtake, right?
Yeah, possibly, but Fat Scout clearly on a diet, letting people go through.
Seems like Ticklish might have had a face full of barrier there, but the car doesn't seem to have any visual damage from that, so he will be fine for the time being. Also, Shinkir, though, putting a lot of pressure on Xevious for P9.
Gosh.
Oh, and Roman going down the inside of the hairpin on Eddie in the Ferrari, and they're still side by side.
BMW versus Ferrari. Can Eddie hold on to this 7th place position? They're coming through the tunnel. I do wonder, is Roman going to try and go late on the brakes? Eddie ever so slightly defending there. And Roman just sitting behind, maybe trying to get a better exit. Oh, he's whacked the wall a bit. I don't know if that was, don't think that was netcode. I think that was him actually whacking the wall. Package as well, looking for a move. It's not there. So he's going to be looking for a move at the next corner here. And
oh, emphasis on looking, because he doesn't end up going for it. As Kunishek really tries to cover him off very late there, but all's fair in racing so far.
I mean, if he did try and go for that dive bomb, I think that would have been another ticket in the making there. And would have got it. And would have been those two potentially both in the wall.
Hold on, we've just got a comment from Dela as well, is saying the point is he would have survived, but two people went up his rear end for no reason, so it seems like he was not very happy with tonight's driving standards. So as always, tickets will and can be raised for that kind of thing. So as actually the car ahead here almost going into the wall himself.
Yeah, I definitely think Package has Wild Package has the speed to be quicker than Zunisek ahead, but he just doesn't have the space. The person looking
Svi getting real close to the back of Exus as well. Exus not having a lot of pace in this section. Is that Svi letting people through? They're getting lapped.
Yeah, blue flag. Oh, and he's made a move as well.
Not. This is for position.
I think Svi has just made a move, passing Exus under the blue flag.
But that wasn't actually a blue flag situation. I think those cars were fighting for position.
Yeah, I mean, I think Svi and...
I'm very confused.
I think...
Well, also Shakira's coming into the pits. I wonder if that's the first scheduled stop we're seeing this race.
Are we going to see? We're seeing the tyres come on. We're not seeing any refueling. And that looks to be repairs.
Very unfortunate for Asa Shinkira, but still in the race, so all's to play for. We're only 15 laps in, so there's still a long way to go. Currently watching the fight for P15.
As we see them once again fly up the hill. It's Michael defending from Shadow Drake behind. Ooh. Ticklish.
Let Ticklish through.
Maybe
I think a lot of drivers are really starting to decide to just relieve themselves of the pressure of having a faster driver behind and just let them go to see if they can overtake whoever's in front of them and then try to pick up the pieces. Like if you let the guy ahead of you do all the overtaking for you and make your opponent vulnerable, then that can be beneficial for your race as well. But it's always a bit of a gamble too.
Yeah, as we watch Michael go a bit deep there. Sunisek on the back of Fat Scout now. This battle has been very much here the entire time, with Wild Package just behind as well. I do wonder, can Wild Package maybe look for a moment where Sunisek is maybe a bit more vulnerable when trying to go for an overtake on Fat Scout and then make the overtake on him indeed. But it's Monaco, it's a track where you don't really overtake. It's a track where you overtake on strategy, and the strategy, I must say, has been all over the place due to the free safety cars at the start.
That's for sure, as two cars there following very, very similar lines. People, of course, turning to the right in the middle of the straight to avoid the bump, which can unsettle the car. Interesting thing to note, though, is that we've seen an Arrows car be involved in a lot of fights in both races of the season so far. Last race, it was Jedlin and the other Arrows that was constantly stealing the show, and now Fat Scout's the guy fighting everyone.
Very much. He was, I believe, out of the 5 times on the highlight reel, he was featured 4. So, yeah. Oh!
There's a Jordan in the wall, and the second one, as a result of the first one going into the wall, also goes into the wall.
And there's also a Well Package making a move on the teammate of Xevious here. It looks like Xevious trying to maybe get his car unstuck from the wall.
Yeah, it's definitely seems over. I think he's out of the wall now. He just got to manage to rejoin safely, and of course, cars coming out of that corner blind at full speed. He's got to watch out for them. So he's trying to basically 180 the car without going onto the racing line. Just looking at the trap map, though, there's so many cars coming. He's gonna have to wait forever.
Yeah, but better than an incident or another safety car happening. I never thought those words would be coming out of my mouth.
Well, we're currently back to the battle for P13. This is 13 now. And it's unfortunate, though, because that battle that we were on earlier really got disrupted by that Jordan just getting absolutely turned into pudding in that wall, as we're actually seeing another move here.
Can Michael brake ever so slightly late? He's gone a bit deep, but just absolutely plants the throttle out the corner and just able to get a lot more momentum than Shadow Drake can.
Yeah, very clean racing by the pair of them, so that's the kind of overtakes we want to be seeing as Michael going into the wall there again. Now, who else is very close is Svi at the back of the grid, trying to get past Shad for P19, and I think they're about to get lapped, so that's Svi in the wall getting lapped by P7, so they've been lapped by quite a number of people now. Oh, and that's the car head into the wall as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of people whacking the wall, but if you have an incident by yourself here or involved with just one other driver, it's not going to count as a safety car, and you're not going to be able to get that advantage as if you were driving with a safety car. So,
which just to make sure, that's not an incentive to get more than one people involved in your own incidents. just making that perfectly clear.
Yeah, of course, every Thursday as well, we will be analysing every safety car event, whether a ticket is sprung or not.
Ooh, at the moment, it seems like Shad is now fighting with Asush and Kira, so I'm guessing one of the two lost quite a bit of time letting P7 and 8 through there. Svi's dropped off a tiny bit, but I'm sure he'll be joining this fight soon as well.
Yeah, Svi definitely having some unlocked potential between qualifying and the start of the race. He's definitely been one who's been making moves over this race, so whether he can gain onto the back of another train and make some more moves, I do indeed hope to see.
What's interesting as well as Mats is now coming into the pits. That has to be for strategy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if it isn't. If he's made a mistake, that could be detrimental. I mean, it looks like a quick stop because when I saw that pit sign throw up, he well, not
threw up. All over the place.
Yeah, get put up, and yeah, I've definitely thought, there might
hold on, who's he coming? As that Tomahawk's right next to him. They're side by side up the hill. No, he's actually managed to stay ahead. He's pitted and only lost one position to Ultimate K's. That was timed perfectly.
Yeah, the Ferrari pit crew are clearly getting something right for once.
Oh, speaking of Ferrari pit crew, that's Eddie and Roman in the pits. They were the ones battling earlier. I wonder who's going to come out ahead of this pair. And actually, the two cars that were lapped, that were fighting right behind them, are also in the pits. Shad is now in the pits. Svi as well.
Yeah,
so he's gonna come out ahead of these guys. Ticklish is now back in P9, so he's recovering from his earlier incident.
Do wonder if that is definitely some damage for Eddie. He got kept there quite a long time.
Wait, is that Roman in the pits without a rear wing, or is that just a visual glitch?
I think that is Roman without a rear wing. I mean, I can see his rear wing ever so slightly glitching a bit, as if it's flashing back into life, but no, he doesn't have a rear wing.
I'm wondering if that was some sort of incident involving 4 cars then, because if the two guys battling are suddenly in the pits, and the two guys that were lapped behind them are suddenly in the pits, that has to have been like a 4-car incident. I guess we'll have to wait and see until Thursday. But yeah, very, very odd things going on. The Roman's still in the pits, so that's been another big blow to his race. Where has Eddie come out? Is Eddie still in this race? Yeah, he's in P. Oh, that's Kunishek on the wall.
Luckily, not spinning in too of a high-speed place like his teammate Exevius earlier. But something that has happened is Michael is in closing distance and is going to be looking for a move. Funnily enough, it is Mats and Ultimate K's who are right behind them as well.
Now, I wonder if K's is going to try and put up a fight here, because we've seen K's throughout the season let people go because they might be on a different strategy, or that they might just have a lot more pace. But on this track, just keeping them behind you can really influence your own and your opponent's racers. As K's just taps the wall there, that's potentially giving damage to his right rear. We'll have to wait and see. But that's put Mats in a very, very good position to get his second place back from K's. He's going around the outside, thinks better of it for now, and they're about to lap a couple more cars too.
Yeah, K's defending that position as well. See those two cars of Sunisek and Michael moving to the right, just let the leading cars fly by. But Mats is definitely on some better tyres. Is he going to look for a dive there? He doesn't. Are we going to see any sort of move into the hairpin?
One thing's for sure is that he's going to want to really play it safe, because he knows K's does not have the pace to pull away from him. And he does know that Runelink probably does. So the last thing he wants now is to get some damage that'll destroy any hopes of catching up to Runelink, because when the driver ahead of you is faster and there's no one ahead of them, then your only real hope is that they get held up by traffic, or that some sort of incident happens right in front of them, as Roman's in the pits again.
Ooh, that doesn't seem to be strategy if I ever thought of it. But yeah.
Only at Ferrari. No, but currently Ferrari doing pretty well in third place with his teammate Eddie up in P12, so he's already recovered another position.
Yeah, in a small way, I'd like to think it would be net P2 if you were to think about it. Well, Matt's looking for a move down the inside, but there just isn't enough space. Even with, I mean, the more these cars got adapted, the wider they got, and this track just never changed when it came to the width of the track, so it just isn't really built for overtaking. It's built for more of the money, I say. But definitely, if it were up to me, get Monaco off the F1 calendar, replace it with something better, no matter what.
Ooh, that's a spicy take right there.
It's good for watching if it's say a one-off event, you know what I mean? What happened to Jedlin? I think Jedlin may be getting caught up in some incidences. I think I just saw someone's rear wing on the inside of that curb.
Yeah, oh, that's a McLaren on the wall. Is that? That is not Svi. Who's the other McLaren here?
I think that's Eisenschrank then, if that's...
Oh, yeah, it is. He just got re-rendered by someone.
Oh,
that must have been a bad rejoin.
That is very, very unfortunate. But, yeah, for those two drivers, once again onto the back of Ultimate Kaiser, gives the ball a little tap. He's extremely close.
Well, also, since I just discovered this camera angle at the very tip of the nose, let's go diamond cam on the Jaguar.
What diamond? Yeah, I remember that. I believe it was actually this track where the diamond was stolen on the tip of the Jaguar.
Was it stolen though, or did it just vanish from existence?
It's gotta be stuck. I think it was in my mind, it was a masterclass heist. It was planned.
They probably paid the driver to crash it.
Yeah. I mean, with Fernando Alonso and all that stuff, that happened, I think, a couple years after. I wouldn't be surprised.
Instead of crash, you've all heard of Crashgate. Now get ready for Diamond Gate.
Yeah.
As seems like Mats is lagging quite a bit. I hope that's not a disconnect.
I mean, the last time I saw that, that was Daylau who had disconnected.
Oh, he's still on the server, but his car is a total loss. That must have been some sort of screen freeze. He might not want to continue this. That's an arrow's going backwards? What's happening there?
Oh, yeah, I was really confused. And yeah, that is Matt's
And
Yeah.
that was Jedlin going backwards. I'm not sure what that was about. But yeah, Mats is out of this race.
So
That is very unfortunate for the fight for P1 and for Mats' championship hopes.
So, for the person who asked, Palamiki, I have no idea. Jedlin is trying to drive the course backwards, so that's why he's so low down. He's still beating a lot of people though. Yeah, someone who I've just noticed as well, binding in the pit lane, so he's not having the best time.
Oh, actually, side-by-side moment here with Drake and Eddie. I think Eddie just getting by there and really making the most out of that overtake. Is already a full straight ahead.
But yeah, something I've definitely, without a doubt, noticed.
Oh, Package just lost
my
the wheel.
god, that's... He's been able to drive it back into the pit lane, so I'll give him full credit.
Does that car still have a front wing? It still has a front wing, but he somehow lost the wheel.
Wow.
This is by far the strangest Monaco race I've ever seen, but yeah. A lot of things going on. We've lost a good 3 drivers so far, one of them being Mats, our top 2 contender, and that's effectively given RuneLink up in first place a free pit stop.
Yeah,
so
quite.
I think if another safety car happens, he's got to be coming in for new tires, I'd imagine.
Yeah, quite right. I mean, he might even want to just pit on the basis that maybe he might not feel comfortable with the car, just to do it for safety as well. I mean, he's got the gap, and he's might now have the extra bit of confidence, maybe a bit of pressure relieved from him.
Yeah, one person who's not going to be relieved at all is Mats, because that is not the first time that Mats has either had a disconnect or a massive screen freeze as Asa Shinkira tries to get to know the wall a little bit better, and probably knows it a little too well now. That's got to be a damaged car.
You know it's bad as well when you see your own rear wing flying over the top of you. Because that's what I just saw from the camera view of Ashen Kira.
He's been overtaken by his own vehicle.
And that is also going to be Jedlin overtaking Ashen Kira due to that mistake.
Also, hold on. I just want to mention something real quick. P5 is almost a full minute ahead of Ticklish in P6.
Whew.
Oh, that's another car backwards in the tunnel. Is that
That is-
Eisenschenk? That is.
Oh,
Eisenschenk once again facing the wrong direction.
his car doesn't look healthy. I don't know if maybe he's looking to turn it back on or something, but his car is just stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think now he's found reverse.
Oh my god, this must be
Definitely
so scary. Congratulations.
Yeah, especially coming into the heavy braking zone here, and it's almost blind, so he's definitely gonna have to stay off the racing line. Crabbing as well.
Everyone going into the into turn 10 here is going to get what I like to call now
they're
a
side by side
McLaren
here,
that jumps.
actually. This is gonna be crazy.
Oh,
Oh, no, never mind. They've decided to back off, but that McLaren's still going to be there. I think he's made it past the chicane now. Yeah, he's facing the right way once again, missing a wing. Also, Shinkira joining him in the pits to put that rear wing back on.
I do wonder, are we going to see anyone else with a missing wheel this race? But still, we've just, surprisingly, all the action that's happened, we've hit the halfway mark. And
Tomba's pitting now.
is this a scheduled pit stop? They don't look like they're changing. Oh, they are changing tyres and a bit of refueling. It looked to be. All the hands go up of the drivers to say that the wheels have been put on, but it doesn't look like he's being let out, so definitely some damage there.
Well, one thing's for sure, he's been keeping it cleaner than some people so far, as it looks like they've uninstalled and instantly reinstalled that rear wing on the McLaren.
This is just a
Go
scratch.
back to Package, who's still fighting going into the hairpin here with, I believe that is Drake right in front of him.
Yeah, Drake leading this. I think they're going to be going to. I think Wild Package definitely having to back out of there, but almost going too wide through the tunnel.
As we go on board here, getting very, very close to, I would say, the bumper of that car, but these cars still don't have bumpers, just like last week. Yeah, into the final sector now, still very close, potentially looking for an inside move, but the way the track curves there, it's just making it very difficult that he actually goes inside.
Oh, and that's Wild Package making that. I mean, to be honest, that was actually
Crucial error there.
yeah, really taking advantage of Drake going a bit wide there and managing to just slip his car down the inside and just make that move complete.
That's for sure. Now, I'll quickly go check on Tomahawks. He has a lot of clean air ahead of him now, so... Keza, has he pitted yet? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think he has.
I mean, he's still 37 seconds behind, and I don't think he... I mean, if he were to pit, he could potentially come out behind Cuckoo, who's in 4th place, or even...
Well, let's quickly look at his lap time here. Tomahawk's 2 seconds slower. I wonder if that's because he's refueled the car. But being let through by Asa Shinkira now after coming to the pits again. As it stands now, I think Keza would come out ahead if he pitted.
Binding, I don't think I did see... Binding saying if he saw Findic crash with him. I don't think I did see Findic crash with you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we caught that one.
Unless it was right at the start where everything just went chaotic. But Findic was at the front, so I would doubt even that. Ooh, and that's Michael in the wall. That very much allowed Sumisek to close those crucial seconds. That looks like Michael might have damage after that. His car may be weaving about a bit too much than he might like.
Yeah, I mean, Michael overshot the penultimate corner and Kunishek overshot the final corner, so not able to take advantage of that wall contact there. RuneLink now taking his free pit stop, as that is one of the drivers just ahead of him on the left that we've lost in this race. That would be Eisenchenk deciding to give up what was a very dreadful race in that McLaren so far. So we're down to 17 drivers now.
I think RuneLink might have actually pitted because potentially got into a bit of contact with Binding, but
well, keep in mind we're over the halfway mark as well, so tires are getting really old now.
Yeah, and mistakes are becoming more and more deadly. Hopefully, maybe people taking some more pit stops. Maybe not for repairs this time, but maybe for tires.
Ooh, I think I heard a car scraping the barriers. I don't see anything.
Ooh, and that...
But it seems like Fat Scout's going into the pits very slowly. Is that a safety car? No, it's not. But Cuckoo is in the pits.
Yeah, so maybe just Fat Scout, maybe either not knowing where the pit lane limiter was,
or maybe just pressing it too early.
Yeah, quite right. So, are there any other close battles? I think the main battle we're going to be watching is Michael and Sunisek. Sunisek still all over the back, and there's Shadow Drake just ahead.
Yeah, this fight's turning into a 3-way battle for 9th place, so a decent amount of points to play for. Ticklish now pitting from P6. Not sure how he's gotten into that position after he was at the very back of the grid, I think at the 2nd safety car. That is a Jordan in the wall. I'm not sure if that was due to wheel spin or what, but that cannot have been good for his car. As Michael potentially looking for a move on Drake, not quite yet. Findic's pitting for P3 as well. And Fat Scout still in the pits.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was, I mean, it mustn't have been a normal issue then. It must, or for tyres, it must have been for maybe tyres and repairs.
Ooh, this is a 4-way fight now. Jedlin's caught up to the, oh, never mind. I am terribly sorry, Jedlin.
Svi out.
The cars ahead have bended as well.
How many?
Michael was in the wall. Kunishek was in the, I think these guys all missed their final few corners. Look, he's missing his rear wing.
Oh, nuts.
Now his side was in turn 1.
Oh, no, and he's whacked into...
Driver's Ed 101, when you spin out and you see cars coming at you, do not move into spaces they may potentially try to dodge you at. That is a good third of the grid involved in that one, I think.
Yeah, that is... I mean,
yeah, we have another safety car on lap 32.
And... Yeah, we've hit another safety car. That is going to be good for Ultimate K's. He's going to be able to get a pit stop. But, yeah.
We have lost another driver. We're down to 16 now.
Yeah, Svi saying he should have stayed in. Yeah, I mean, a safety car can happen at any time, especially at Monaco. unlucky.
Svi actually one of the drivers that I believe is out of this race now.
Yeah, Svi is very much out, and yeah, shame. No, not again! This is the second time that's almost happened. Oh
And that
my!
almost took out the leader, because that's Runelink we're watching.
Yeah,
Oh, and there's a car stuck there. Wait, did people hit each other again?
that looks to be Asta Shinkira, and I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting, because I think that Toyota passed Runelink in turn 1, turn 2 somewhere. I think they're trying to unlap themselves, but they're probably not allowed to do that yet. And yeah, we're getting multiple people in the pits now. Exus, the remaining McLaren in this race. Michael, still out there as well. Kunishek just coming out. Roman is down in P13, so safety cars are going to be quite beneficial for him, but I'm not sure if the lap traffic's going to be allowed to unlap themselves or not.
I think some cars were definitely going quicker there, and I think some cars letting them go by, so I think people would definitely unlapping themselves. Yeah, you can see a lot of the lapped cars, which is actually most of the grid, which I find a bit funny. But right now we're watching what are the blue cars? I completely forgot the name of the blue cars.
I believe those are the Benettons.
Yeah, the Benetton Ultimate K is stuck in well, the Benetton's making an Ultimate K sandwich.
It's a cheese sandwich.
Yes. Oh my God! It's not any sort of sandwich. It's the ultimate cheese sandwich.
I mean, if my cheese sandwich could go at 200 miles per hour, I'd definitely be quite happy as well.
Yeah, I think
I don't think they're going to be going just yet, though. We still have people in the pit lane, and not everyone is caught up to the grid. There seem to be two major groups having formed here, and I think this is Asa Shinkira trying to bring the lapped cars back to the grid at racing speed, but we'll quickly take a look at what's going on at the start-finish straight.
they're just rolling.
Yeah, so safety car will continue for another full lap to give people the chance to catch back up.
Oh, they're so close, going into into T1. Who's gonna make the run up there? I
mean, heck, based off of what we're seeing on... Oh, as it looks like lap traffic is allowed to unlap themselves now, which is why we just had someone turn into a very, very speedy boy there. Now McLaren coming through as well.
Yeah, I think that might be the McLaren of Eisenschenk, I would guess.
No, Eisenschenk's out of the race.
Not
And
Eisenschenk.
Asa Shinkira's lost his rear wing again!
How's he?
Under safety car conditions.
How has he done that?
There's multiple people in the pits. We got Package back in. We have Drake, who's just been in the pits for what feels like the past year. He's having the eternal pit stop there, somehow not in last place despite all that.
What the drivers fear most, the eternal pit stop.
The Bottas pit stop.
The bot. But I do wonder if we're gonna go racing this lap. I mean, I definitely think 70% of the grid has formed up, so I do wonder. Runelink actually going perfectly at 80 kph. There's
Oh, actually, I just now realized this. That safety car was terrible for Tomahawks because he's now down in P5 and he was fighting Kaiser for P2 earlier.
as we see even more lap traffic on the lap itself.
How is Drake still in the pit lane?
He's just chilling. He's just, you know. Oh.
I think they've taken out the engine and they're just putting in a whole new one.
Yeah.
A mid-race powertrain replacement.
This is sounds more like WEC with the pit stops.
Oh, we have another driver coming in. That's Shad this time.
Chad, yeah, unfortunately. I do wonder if we're going to be going racing this lap. I mean, we've had 2 safety car laps. Normally by the second one, we've already gone green flag racing. So I wonder, is Runelink gonna start moving quick? People still weaving, so maybe not. And there's Runelink coming up to the line.
This is where it usually starts, but there's a lapped car coming through, so yeah, they're going to be continuing for another lap under safety car conditions. This is extraordinary.
So, clearly, as much as the first one was one of the biggest, this has clearly been the longest safety car, and it's happened at the latest moment as well.
It's what's very interesting is we had well, a significant portion of the grid was lapped by the time the safety car was called out, and with all these drivers being allowed to unlap themselves, we now have the entire top 11 right behind each other. Roman is trying his best to get to the back of this pack, and he's about half a lap behind, so he may well still make it there. Exus might be a bit too far behind to catch up by the time they restart, though. And Drake has finally left the pit lane.
He's going to be trying to safely unlap himself. Are we going to get another lap of safety car running?
I really doubt that, because otherwise I think the tires would be very, very much stone cold, and that would just cause another massive safety risk on the what I believe is the 4th restart.
Yeah, it's
People weaving when there's a car trying to unlap themselves is not what you want to be seeing.
I should put my heart rate monitor on for this race. My oh my god, we got well, we've had jump scares everywhere when in the cockpit mode. I don't know how it's gonna how to feel when you're a driver, where you're just gonna be casually driving through the track and you're gonna go around the corner seeing a car facing directly, or you're gonna see a car just stopped on the track. And,
I mean, if things like that are happening up and down the grid, then I'm not surprised that we keep on seeing so many people coming into the pits after 1 or 2 laps of safety car already. But it looks like Roman has now caught up, and X is still a good half lap behind, so it'll be very tight if he still wants to make it to the back of this pack. But I believe that Asa Shakira will catch up to them, though still a lap down. Oh no, another incident!
Slow down! What are you doing? Ah, yeah.
I think one of the things that's at play here is a little bit of the accordion effect, where you go into a slow corner, the drivers ahead of you start slowing down, and the people behind who are still in a high-speed section don't get the memo and just slam into the back of the car ahead, especially if you've been going full throttle and you just catch up to the pack. But we are, in fact, restarting now, regardless of that incident. RuneLink into T1 leading this race.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, most of the people, most of the drivers, part of the, part of the train now.
Oh, Roman's in again.
Oh no.
It's gotta be it for his race, unless we get yet another safety car.
Yeah, looking at all these drivers, single file down. I don't think anyone wants to actually make a move, though. That is Wild Package looking for one as we go into the hairpin. And as you said, that accordion effect is 100% going to be in play massively for the hairpin, and most places. And we're gonna see, are we gonna see any potential moves? Is anyone gonna get a bad run going into this next corner? Wild Package is definitely gonna be looking for a move, but can't do it.
Yeah, nothing going just yet. We'll look a little bit further up the grid as they go through the swimming pool section. Everyone keeping it clean so far, so it doesn't seem like we'll have another immediate safety car, although I don't want to jinx things, of course.
What have you done?
I mean, what RuneLink's done, though, he's already pulled away by 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Make that 3. I think he's really pulled the gap on Keza here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely remember from all the restarts, he'd normally end up pulling away with Matt. Sadly, having that disconnect, and to be honest, I think he was the only one who could properly challenge RuneLink for that P1, so I think RuneLink, if he keeps it clean... Ooh.
And he actually goes completely over the bump as well, side by side into the corner before the hairpin. Are they going to make it through safely?
Too wide into the
Oh, he sends it up the inside!
Oh, and that is
Can't do that in the newer cars, but he's lost another position in the Jordan.
I mean, once you go off of line, someone could just dive it down the inside again, and you could go from losing 1 to 2.
I mean, that is the risk of these battles sometimes, is you go for an alternative line, but that just gives the guy behind you a chance to overtake as well. So sometimes you really have to focus on defense, and that just kills your ability to overtake.
Quite right. Michael still on the back of Judlin. Well, I say still, is now on the back of Judlin.
Oh, now that you mentioned, is that Kunishek in the wall? No, it's not. Okay, that might have just been some desync.
Yeah, I mean,
As
that
he does
wasn't.
actually bounce off there. But yeah, now that you mentioned Jedlin, I just realized his teammate who stole all the attention in the first half of this race, Fat Scout, is out of this race as well.
No, we've lost many drivers. I don't actually know how many drivers are left. I think there are actually only
have 15 drivers left on the grid.
That is. So all these drivers, if they were to finish, I believe would get points paying positions. So
let's hope it's not penalty points paying
just
positions.
Keep it clean, guys. Just keep it clean.
Oh, that has to be a corner cut there in the hairpin. There's no way the game allows Michael to get away with that one.
Yeah, Michael maybe getting. I believe you have to get 3 or 5 corner cuts before you get a drive-through penalty. If you do, it's going to be very much going to be unfortunate, especially since you'll lose such an advantage.
Oh, that Jedlin's been spun around at the Nouvelle Chicane. He's been overtaken by Michael. And that car is crabbing hard. Has he lost his rear wing? No, he's lost the front.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's quite rare to genuinely see the front wing missing on these cars, clearly. I mean, the front wing strong. We've seen a tyre missing before we see the front wing missing.
That is true.
It's definitely a rare and beautiful kit.
Oh. I'm sure there will be some people not very happy with that one, but we'll quickly go take a look at Tombox. Tomba has been eyeballing the back of Cuckoo ever since the restart, but it doesn't seem like he's putting Cuckoo under enough pressure to really make a big mistake and sacrifice that 4th position.
Well, he's got 12, 11 laps left to do it, and well, you already know where my vote's going to. It's got to be Cuckoo with in that green Jaguar right behind as well. Looks like there might be a battle forming between Eddie, Ticklish and Wild Package.
Yeah, it seems like Ticklish now taking over the reins from his teammate, because earlier it was Roman that was chasing down Eddie. Now it's his teammate Ticklish, and he goes down the inside and makes it work.
Oh, that's also left.
Michael's looking there too, or is that a Package? That's Package going past Eddie as well. He's just shipping position after position.
I mean, Wild Package, I think that's... We've seen Wild Package do that twice now in the last 3, 4 laps, where someone's just made a mistake and he's just been able to slip through. Oh, Eddie actually making it back past Ticklish, looking at...
Oh, Ticklish must have made one heck of a mistake then, because he's lost 2 places with that. As Michael's now in the pits with what seems to be a very sad-looking car. And it's leaving without a rear wing. I hope that's a visual glitch and not the game refusing to fix his damage.
If he's going out with a rear wing, he's basically lost all his downforce, and with such a heavy downforce track, not the greatest idea, I would say.
That's for sure. We'll be checking up on him in just a second, but I want to see if Tomahawks can get anything going into this Nouvelle Chicane here, one of the heaviest braking zones on the track, but with that barrier just sticking out, it's very hard to get a move done there.
Yeah, quite right. I think that's as well probably one of the biggest pressure areas, because it's one of the biggest overtaking areas on the track. Or was he?
Oh, getting very close there. I'll switch to bumper cam.
Are we going to see a move into Rasgas? He's definitely looking for one. Oh, that's extremely close.
As we get a nice developer's view into the rear suspension of that Jaguar there.
I mean, Cuckoo definitely having put a rocket ship in that Jaguar. I mean, they've definitely been very much on the pace.
That's Ticklish going down the inside of turn 1.
Ooh, just
having a look.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to go for a dive bomb here.
Well, actually, that might have been Kunishek just overtaking Ticklish, because that's Ticklish losing another position. He was ahead of Package not that long ago.
We definitely saw that he made... well, we didn't see, but we know he made a mistake during that last sector, which allowed Eddie to pass him. But whether in the last 10 laps it's worth him pitting, I think he might be...
Oh, yeah, hold on. Michael is in the pits again, so I think that will be the game just not fixing his car.
That... Tomahawk's getting even closer, and as those laps drop down, we're now on the 10th one. As those laps drop down, I think
Michael does have a functioning car now, thank goodness.
Yeah, as the laps drop down, Tomahawks might want to be getting a bit more desperate, and Desperate might look for a massive lunge, but it's just Cuckoo can get such good exits out of corners and just not allow Tomahawk to gain as much sometimes.
Oh, I thought you said a massive lunch for a second and I got really hungry. But yeah, going up the hill here, that's Tomahawk's just ignoring all the principles of dirty air, sticking very, very close to that car. Also, Shinkari coming into the pits again, so probably not for a very good time. But currently still ahead of Dragon P15. This pair seems to take very different lines into the hairpin.
Yes, one of them taking maybe a more sharp line going in and someone taking a more wide line going in to maybe give each other different momentum, whether it's out or going for a faster inside corner. Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Yeah, that's a very big mistake from Tomahawks there. That could very well have screwed up the suspension on the Jaguar, maybe his front wing as well. But judging by the TV imagery, it's got to be limited damage, if any.
Tomba definitely pushing it as he's going to be wanting to get that 4th position. You can still see him pushing, just ever so slightly touching the wall here and there.
Yeah, Ticklish still pushing to stay with Kunishek as well. I want to point out as well, just Keza staying within 10 seconds of the lead after what seemed to be him struggling for pace earlier. He's been doing quite a good job to pull away from Findick in 3rd.
Yeah, I definitely got to give Ultimate K's a good job. Ooh.
Are you kidding me? We go away for 1 second and Tomahawks has absolutely destroyed his car.
We did an anti-commentator's curse.
Oh, he's getting T-boned in the hairpin by was that Kunishek? Yes, it was.
Yeah, Ticklish now
so
all
these
over
two
the
battles
back.
Converging now. Oh,
I think that yeah, Tomahawks just staying slow going through this, letting them by. Is Ticklish going to look for a move? He's going to stay behind. And I've got to say, if
Tomahawks finding new track layouts there.
That was very interesting, I've got to say.
Oh, he's lost both wings now, and Romance coming very, very quickly.
Oh, yeah, you do not want to be seeing a slow car going through that far section there.
Well, good news for Tomba is that there's no cars racing for position right behind him, but yeah, I think, yeah, there is a massive stretch of clean air behind him, so he's got no more risk of impeding anyone, but that's going to be a lengthy pit stop.
Yeah, quite right. The blue car definitely going to be needing a new front wing, a new rear wing, a new suspend. It's going to end up coming out with everything new shiny parts after that.
I sure hope the Shine will be able to recover him some time, but in the meantime, the main battle on track right now going on for P7 between Kunishek, Ticklish, and soon to be Roman, I imagine, as well. He's caught them by a full 2 seconds on the previous lap.
Yeah, so whether Roman, I mean, Roman's definitely had an unlucky race, started P2, and instantly got dropped getting involved with the first safety car. And I mean, he definitely had the pace in qualifying to make some moves, and like last time, maybe even overtake. Oh my god.
Oh no, yeah, I don't think that's a visual glitch, that one.
And that, I think, is going to be box for Ticklish.
Yeah, he's passed on the torch to his teammate Roman, now the one chasing down Kunishek, so we'll see if the Jordan can stand their ground on that P7. Right behind Eddie. Has something happened to Eddie?
Car, as far as I can see, his car doesn't look damaged. So whether it might just be him wanting to finish these last 6 laps, not take any risk, and maybe play it a bit more safe. Once again, looking at Michael, has been gaining on Exus in the McLaren up ahead.
Yeah, it's not been a very, very good race for the McLaren team. One of the 2 drivers having DNF, the other currently down in P12, but still fighting for some valuable points as always. going very slowly in this sector, but placing his car perfectly to keep Michael behind.
Yeah, I was thinking, is Michael going to look for a move into Raskas, but Exus defending it off perfectly. I don't think I'm going to be expecting to see any lunge here, but it's all about Exus going up the hill. It looks like Michael's might have a good exit. No, but he's just got a lift going up into this next corner.
Hold on, another fight that's really gotten close as Kunishek, Roman, and Eddie. Now, Eddie's lost even more time, but I think the gap was a little closer just a second ago. So we'll go back to this fight. He's actually gotten past him. Wait, is there another car in between them? Who is that?
Looks to be... I
think they're getting lapped.
Yeah, that is the car of Cuckoo, I do believe.
Well, that's a very confusing sight to come back to, but it seems like Michael has somehow gotten past Exus in a very difficult area to overtake.
Yeah, as they're now...
Not see that one coming.
Oh!
Ooh, what's happening there? Oh, he spun around. Doing some donuts and still taking the chicane. Got to give credit to Exus for style points. But yeah, hopefully that car is not in too dire of a condition. We'll go back to Eddie now. He's managing to stay ahead of Kunishek so far, but Roman is definitely steamrolling their lap times right now. His previous one was 113.4. Two drivers ahead sitting 114.7s and 15.5, so quite a bit slower. And Ticklish has actually come out ahead of Tomahawks in P9.
Yeah, Ticklish, maybe the pit stop wasn't as severe as we thought, but definitely it hindered him a lot. He's still going to be getting that P9 position. But yeah, a lot of people have been lapped, and thank God there are actually dedicated blue flags areas all across the track, just in case any collisions under blue flags were to happen. But yeah, Roman now all over the back of Kunisek and Kunisek.
Oh no, Roman's hit the wall again, and he was really catching them quickly in the slow speed stuff, but if that's damaged his car, that's going to make these final 4 laps, as we're really getting close to the end of the race, a lot more difficult.
I mean, Roman might have dropped off the pace, but I was going to say, Kunisek got a lot closer to Eddie going through that chicane, but he's all of a sudden dropped a lot of pace, and all of a sudden Roman's come back into the battle between Kunisek and Roman, so whether he can look for potential... Oh my, that is a very wiggly BMW coming out the last corner.
Yeah, that is the side of an F1 car that is not using all that much traction control, I think.
Yeah, I mean, with this track, me personally, put it up to 10. I'm going to need all the traction control I need. That's Kunisek in the wall. I have no idea if that's done any damage to his car. But
doesn't seem like it so far, and Roman's not backed off at all after his contact with the barrier half a lap ago. So they're all back at the positions they were in the last lap. I'd say, I mean, the gaps are pretty much the same again.
Yeah, quite right. But I think Roman, though, still has the pace to potentially pressure Kunisek a lot more.
Wait, that's Cuckoo has made some sort of mistake, because suddenly Package is all over their rear end.
Oh, they got 3 laps to try and defend from them. Are we going to see Package potentially take away that P4 from the Jaguar of Cuckoo?
May well be possible, as Cuckoo not getting the best exit out of turn 1, but still seemingly having a bit of a better top speed. See what happens into the heavy braking zones unless Cuckoo makes a mistake. Keeping an eye on the other battle behind these two as well, but does not seem to be any position changes as of yet.
Yeah, quite
right. Crunch there.
But yeah, Cuckoo definitely dropped off
with the brakes, it seems.
Definitely dropping off the pace as well. Wonder, are we going to see Package go for a lunge? He definitely gave a bit of pressure by
going for a better exit here as well, but Cuckoo's exit wasn't that bad either.
Yeah, I've said it a lot before. Cuckoo's just really good at getting these exit speeds, just controlling that car. as they come over. You just see how much quicker Cuckoo was able to take that. So maybe it's Cuckoo is slower in the first sector, but a lot quicker in the third.
Seems like these cars still close, but I'm guessing the dirty air is prohibiting them from really getting any closer to each other, provided they don't make a mistake, as the Ferrari is very, very slow in that final corner.
Kunisek trying to get as much momentum. You saw his car sliding a bit. That was a small lockup by Eddie, but still gets T1 perfect. Roman as well, he's just ever so slightly just watching this battle. There's only 2 laps remaining, so I do wonder if anyone's going to go for any bold moves, but if they're too big, there could be a ticket, and you could all of a sudden be getting a 5-second penalty.
That's true, and the Jordans completely made a mess out of that corner, but because the track is so thin and slow there, Roman's just not able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, quite right. If it was any other track, you would definitely see someone trying to get up next to the other driver, due to just,
I think that's it for Roman. That's got to be battle ending there. I think he's still going to finish P8, but very unfortunate to see that battle end at least a lap early. We'll be going on board with Kunishek for now, and despite making many mistakes, still right behind Eddie. Eddie is just, I think he's just trying to bring it home.
Yeah, try not to break under that pressure. He's got 1 lap left to try and keep Kunisek behind. Can he do it?
As we'll quickly check up on where the leader is going through the Nouvelle chicane now on their final lap, and a good 11 seconds ahead of K's, so it's a very good race by Runelink so far, and actually improving on his personal best. I wonder if he's trying to set a PB at the very end of the race.
Yeah, if he's trying to get a fastest lap, that's going to be 1 extra point, maybe fearing that maybe thinking that someone else might have it and wanting that extra point, but it's going to be Runelink to cross the line to win the Monaco MSR Grand Prix. And
very dominant performance by Runelink. Unfortunately, the fight with Mats not making it to the end. Keza finishing a nice P2, but we'll quickly go and check on these battles still going on for P4 with Package and Cuckoo. And Roman's got ahead of Kunisek. Kunisek's lost both wins on the final lap.
Oh, I do wonder if I think he's far enough away from Tomahawks to maybe not worry too much, but it is going to be a drift into corner 1 to finish the race.
Eddie bringing it home in P6. But yeah, what on earth happened to Kunisek there? And unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, but that is disastrous. They're still going to finish P8 because Tamba is almost a full minute behind after that pit stop, and he's actually overtaken Ticklish as well, so hats off to him for that. But yeah, that is the end of the race for Kunishek, finishing P8.
Everyone there getting points with only 15 drivers remaining. I'm going to save that one because I feel like I need to. But yeah, Runelink with an absolute dominant performance in P1. Getting the fastest lap with a 1:11.7, 3/10 quicker than K's fastest lap behind. And yeah, K's getting P2, 11 seconds behind Findix, Runelink's teammate, P3. So that's going to be a lot of good championship points, as well as Cuckoo in the Jaguar taking the P4, able to defend from P5. Wild Package and Eddie very much clinging on from Kunisek, who sadly had made a mistake, and Roman taking advantage of the mistake and getting P7. Tomahawks taking the P9 position, and I'm just looking at all of the pit stops. I've just realised that Roman, as much as he came 7th place, did a 4-stopper.
That's pretty much 1 for every safety car, right?
Yeah, Kunisek P8 with 3, Tomahawks with 2.
Oh, we got 5 stoppers too.
Yeah, what? Oh my god, what a race! I mean, I was sweating after that, and I'm not even driving, so I think I need to go get myself checked out more. Like, okay, no, but honestly, what a race! There's so much damage, to be honest, and a lot of collisions. I'm very much gonna be regretting Thursday. But it has to be done. 4 safety cars and a lot of tickets. I remember B as well saying that he's got potentially 3 tickets that he's going to be putting. So, well, not putting up. So,
who knows? He could well be in them as well. But yeah, I think we better bring on the interviews because we already have 5 people in there waiting. How about we bring in our race winner, Runelink?
okay, let's bring him in.
Runelink, welcome to the comms box. Congrats on that win. How'd that feel?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a interesting race.
Yeah, it's probably about at least 4 safety cars. Did you witness the causes of any of them?
No, I didn't see any of them actually, so I'm curious what happens.
Yeah, I think we caught some of the earlier ones on stream, but when everyone's super close on track, I think we ended up missing some of the later ones. That start, though, that was absolutely insane. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I had a good start off the line, and then I looked on the minimap after turn 1. I was like, did I disconnect? What happened here? And then I realized some stuff happened, which I'll have to see back. So.
Yeah, I mean, when people were approaching that first corner, it definitely seemed like a lot of controllers and wheels alike all disconnected at the same time from the driving standards we saw there. But
Wow.
yeah, I think what set it off was I think Roman lost the back end on wheel spin after the start, and then he speared into one of the Ferraris, I believe, and that just caused a huge chain reaction.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think even after the safety car was called, after turn 1, there was another incident, so stewards are going to be looking at that as well. But can you tell us a bit about how your race went and what kind of things made you nervous?
Yeah, I was a bit concerned with tire wear in the beginning, like when I did my practice stint before the race. I ran out of tires after like 24 laps, but the safety car helped me manage the tires and traction control as well, just to limit the damage on the rears a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw you do well, be pretty comfortable out in front, and after Matt's disconnect, also pretty much had a free pit stop. How was the tire temperature? Because we noticed the drivers behind you were weaving like crazy to keep them warm, and you were just sitting there like you were Kimi Räikkönen.
I get them warm fairly quickly, so I don't want to. I kind of want them to be cool and just take it cautiously in turn 1, and then hope I don't crash.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that feeling. As I've seen people try and warm up their tires when it's like 50-degree track temp, which is insane. But yeah, in this case, not quite sure what it was. But can you like, were there any instances where you had to get through lap traffic where you almost had an incident? Because when you're out in front like that, that's pretty much the only thing that can take you down.
Oh yeah, I've had a couple close calls, so I'll have to look back at it, and 1 or 2 was me trying to be too quick past someone, where I just have to wait for the zones. 1 up the hill after turn 1 was very close. The back marker swerved to the left a bit and almost clipped me, so I was lucky that didn't catch me out.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely could have cost you a couple positions. I mean, especially once the safety cars brought everyone back, and if you still have to lap someone after that, then it's a very intense moment.
Yeah.
I was just going to quickly say, I remember in the chat, Binding, someone in one of the Jaguars saying he felt like as if he almost killed you at one point. So,
that might have been it. Yeah.
So,
I'll
luckily,
have to look back and see what happened.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff happened that I saw and didn't see. So, but yeah, I was happy with the race. Probably the cleanest Monaco race I've driven. So.
Well, that's always quite nice to hear, and it's gotten you the win as well. I mean, we saw some of the drivers who were maybe not quite at P1 pace, but definitely still front-running pace, who had to pit multiple times due to incidents, and they ended up still scoring points, but not quite in the top 5. Also want to tell you you've been given multiple congratulations in the chat from your competitors and viewers, so enjoy that. And Nismo, if you have any more questions?
No, other than just really good race today, an absolute stomping performance. And I mean, if definitely some redemption, I feel, from round 1, where you were able to, where you had an unlucky race, especially with pit stops, but definitely a lot more, I say, like Daniel Ricciardo, I think it might be a bit of redemption day for yourself.
Yeah, the Monaco redemption. Yeah, thanks everyone.
No worries, and can't wait to see you for next week's race, I hope.
Yeah, see you then.
All right, looking forward to that. Let's go ahead and bring in... Who was our 3rd place finisher?
Third place, I believe it was Vindict. Wait, I mixed. Hold on,
No,
we
I
just
think
had
it was
Rune Link,
Vindict.
so yeah, we now bring in Vindict for P3.
Vindict, congrats on that podium, and I believe you were also the teammate of RuneLink as well, right?
Correct. That's a Benetton double podium today at Monaco, and I'm ecstatic about it.
Yeah, you definitely don't see that kind of thing every day. 2 teammates managing to survive that amount of carnage. Tell us what you went through in that race.
Yeah, I'll do a whole race rundown. I like to do that. At the start of the race, started accelerating. I was, I think, P8, which was alright. I was pretty happy about the qualifying, and it was going to be tough to get into the 111s, but I managed it, and I was just happy.
Just hold on 1 second before we continue. I don't think I've ever heard anyone be happy about starting P8 at Monaco. That's in the middle of chaos.
You know what? The thing is, it was definitely in the middle of chaos, but we'll get there. The thing is, I know that this is a very competitive set of people, and I was worried ahead of the race that I couldn't get the lap in, and it would be like P12, P15. So P8, P7 is roughly where I estimated to be. Looking at the times, I think it was, I think it was the right place for me to be. And it actually, I think a little bit ahead would have been worse, because at the start of the race, we went, and I think somebody spun. There was a whole lot of wheel spin in the top 7. And so after, I think, 3 or 4 seconds, I realized I can't actually see anything ahead of me. There's probably a crash. I'm going to stop accelerating. I think that got me the podium today. That one decision, I think, because otherwise I could have very easily been tagged in that.
How close do you think you got to hitting someone?
Well, I did end up hitting people, but it was so little that there was no damage. For me, at least. I hope for them not either. So it was very tight margins. And you can see on, I think, in the league chats, they posted a screenshot where you can see me sneaking on the inside of a couple of crashing cars. Technically, that's a corner cut, but I think that was a necessary corner cut. I don't think going around the outside was a good idea.
Oh my gosh, I'm seeing the turn 1 screenshots now, and it's... Nismo, you might want to put this on stream.
Please do.
It's up in league chat, especially Cuckoo's,
Oh my god, this is horrific. Oh brilliant. My, this is worse than even we saw. And oh god, yeah, I'm gonna, 100%. We're bringing this over here. What is that? Oh my, is that someone upside down? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that looks like someone upside down.
I think that's one of the Minardi's, actually.
Yes, it's clearly the Honda looking to be part of the space program as well, with the way it's looking straight up. Oh
the
my!
The way it's angled, it looks like it's already being raised up by the crane, like someone just jumped in there and started sabotaging the race right from the start.
They've got a magnetic hook that just pulls them all along.
Just fishing out cars in T1, but yeah, tell us a bit more about your race after that incident as well, because it was a pretty eventful time.
I think it was for a lot of people pretty eventful. For the first restart, I messed up. I started in 4th gear. Didn't do that on the second restart. Thankfully, I didn't lose anything in the positions. The first few restarts was quite uneventful. We were thinking about boxing extremely early, just to have it out. But the first 2 restarts, at least, that was not going to be the right call, because we were just too close. Like, there was not enough time to actually pull a gap. The second restart, the third restart, sorry, had a bit more time, but again, it was like on edge, and if you box at a time, you have some very old tires at the end, so it kept going. And then actually we went for quite a long time, and it was a lot of fun to push the car around Monaco. Very tight. There was a lot of back markers to overtake because people got damage. Most of the time it was okay. People got out of the way decently well. A couple of dodgy ones, and there were a couple of incidents where I did hit people because they had like rear wing, front wing damage. Their entire car was broken, and they were going at crawling speed through swimming pool.
Oh, yeah.
If you go at that speed through swimming pool, like the moment I see you, it's already too late.
Yeah.
It like I was trying to like send it on the right, and then they went right. It's like, okay, there's nothing I can do. I was trying to slow down. Yeah, but
Yeah, I think it's at those moments that you definitely rather wish they were in the actual swimming pool.
Yes, definitely. To be fair, that's very nice with this weather. Also, I forgot to say, I think after the first safety car restart, there was a small incident with Tomahawk. He went very slowly out of the first corner, and I thought I had like enough time to get alongside on the left. I think there was a little bit of lag or like netcode that made it so that I was further behind on his screen, and he thought he could close the door. On my screen, I was alongside. I apologize for that. I think I know the game. I should know that. It's a bit risky to try that. It was a bit opportunistic, but not sure if that's netcode.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen a lot of netcode incidents, and I remember during one of the first seasons that we commentated over, we saw cars literally riding other cars for laps on end. That was insane.
Yeah, that happens. Welcome to AMS2.
Yeah.
He only conceded a little bit of damage. I didn't concede any damage, so we were fine. And we talked after the race. It's all good. Yeah, but
seems like you had a car made of steel.
Oh yeah, I had a couple of hits, and at the end, the only damage I got is one front wing damage and one rear wing damage.
Perfectly balanced.
Clearly sponsored by Nokia.
As all things should be. It's definitely Benetton. Well, it's got a Vodafone logo on it, right? But it's all right. Yeah, so I boxed. It was not during safety car because I was like, if I was looking at the gaps on my sim hub dash, and I noticed there was like 25 seconds between me and Kaku behind. I was thinking, if I box now, I secure P3, theoretically. So I just thought, we're not going to wait for the safety car, we're just going to go in. I think one lap later, the safety car came in, which is fine, because I was still third, it doesn't matter. It was going to be third or third. Yeah, and then after that, it was just trying to be cautious, keep the car in one piece as much as possible. A little bit of damage, as I said, one damage front, one damage rear, but yeah, a very technical race, very precise race. It's Monaco. It's not about overtaking so much as it is about surviving. And credit to myself, I think I did that pretty well. Credit to other people as well. I think this is by far the cleanest Monaco race I've ever seen in this game. It's not even close. There were a couple of safety cars, but there was a solid 20 laps where we were actually racing, and that I haven't seen before.
Fair enough. I mean, you're gonna have an interesting time watching the stream, particularly the first half. But yeah, we did see some good racing alongside the chaos, and it's what you love to see, of course. But I do have one more question for you. Do you think you're gonna get another double podium this season?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think last time I said my goal in Monaco is to finish, essentially, and today P3 is like my mindset was exactly. I just need to finish. I need to not crash. I need to like be consistent, be safe, careful. Had decent pace in the end, so I was happy about that. I think it is an outlier, but it is entirely possible that we have another good race. I know that Runic is extremely quick and consistent, so he can definitely pull off a couple more wins. And I do have decent consistency as far as I'm aware. So hopefully we'll be on the podium again, and maybe a 1-2 next time.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't necessarily have the front runner space, if you can pull a Fennec and always be like around the top of the midfield and then just wait for people to die, then you definitely still have a couple good chances at some more podiums.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also I'm still learning the car, so gonna get better and better. And yeah, I'm excited for the next few races. It's going to be an exciting season, and I think it's a very competitive field. There's a really big midfield that I can fight nicely with. I'm just really excited for the next race.
learning the car and finishes P3 at Monaco. You love to see it, but I'm afraid we'll have to move on to our next driver for now. So
There's always more to learn.
that is true, but it was great having you, Findict, and we look forward to seeing you pull off another podium next race. We'll see if you can give us some more of that double podium action.
Thank you, and thanks for the stream so far.
Yeah, well, no worries. It was very, very good fun. Let's see who else we still have in the ready for interview. We have Cuckoo, Eddie, and Ticklish.
I think we've got to. We're doing it by order now, so we might as well bring in the P4 finisher, Cuckoo. Let's bring them in.
Cuckoo, welcome in. Your audio is currently on, but you finished a very, very strong P4 at Monaco.
Oh, I'm here. Hello.
Welcome, welcome. How did that feel?
Scary. Scary.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that was not the Monaco I was expecting to have. I can't lie.
What were you expecting to have?
To be honest, I don't really know. I sort of expected I'd bin it into the wall at one point, but it didn't really happen. So, just the start kind of happened, and I managed not to get caught up in that. I ended up like 6th or whatever. I was like, okay, just gonna go from here, really.
Yeah, you got a really, really strong finish. P4 is
oh gosh,
pretty much almost a podium, and you had to fight for it at the end as well.
I had to work for that. That last safety car nearly ruined me. It really did. It was the unsafety car for me. All that buffer I had just disappeared, and I was like, oh, okay, guess we're doing this for like 15 laps.
And you managed to keep the head cool and finish it up there. Can you tell us a bit more about that battle?
Oh, which one?
I think it was. Hold on, who was right behind you? Was it?
I think Tomba and Wild Package both had a go at me.
Yeah, the package one's the one that I wanted to ask you about.
Tomba ended up spinning out or something.
Yeah, I think we did actually catch that.
Yeah, I think Binding said at one point you guys were riding on board with Tomba on like the nose cam or whatever. I was like, oh, of course they are. Of course. Yeah, it's I was just basically cruising around essentially. I didn't. There was parts of me in the safety car that thought let's push and try and get Findict for 3rd, and the other part of me was like, you're 4th. Just take it. Just take it. And then the sensible part of me won, so I just kind of cruised around as fast as I felt I needed to go, even if I had people all over the back of me. And I was just saying to Binding on the voice chat we were on, I was like, if he's looking for a mistake, I'm not going to give it to him.
So did you just try and stick to your normal lines, or did you ever have to try and go defensive?
I think there was 1 or 2 corners that I went a little defensive on at times, but mostly wasn't really able to do anything. So I just sort of tried to keep it steady. I had a few moments in that final stint, but not big enough to really matter. And then obviously Tomba crashed out and Wild Package caught up to me, and I think he actually scared me more, to be honest. So I had him attacking me earlier in the race as well. He's a little bit dive happy, and it was a bit more worrying to have him behind me than Tomba.
And did he get past you earlier in the race, or what happened there?
He didn't get past me earlier in the race. I think he ended up making a mistake, and then Binding got past, or nearly got past him as well. So I had it covered earlier on, but given our battle earlier on, I was a bit more scared of having them right behind me near the end of the race than somebody else. Like, oh,
no, I mean, definitely.
Is he gonna dive me? Is he not?
No, I mean, definitely. If you expected to have a meeting with the wall this race, and you were all the way up in P4 for a decent chunk of it, I think, right?
Somehow did not damage the car at all this race.
Now that is impressive.
Don't know how I did that. Yeah. So I made the decision to pour a glass of water over myself before qualifying, and that was a good decision because I was dying a bit at the end.
I mean, yeah.
You've always got the harbor.
Yeah. No, it was very, very warm here, so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Just get it to the end. Yeah. No, good race actually. Better than I expected.
Yeah, I mean,
we're definitely always glad to see it. Nismo, do you have more questions for Cuckoo?
Other than really happy to see the green Jaguar up where it belongs in the top positions.
Still without a diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
messed that all up in Austria. I turned it into a canal boat with fuel. So that cost me in Austria.
Somehow I would like to see that though.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
really.
rare Jaguar branded canal boat.
Ooh, also, I just wanted to say one more thing, Cuckoo, before we let you go. Is your team Jaguar Racing is currently tied with 2 other teams for P5.
Yeah, I saw that. We're in the mixer now, aren't we?
Yeah, it's currently
Three-way
tied with
tie.
Arrows and Ferrari.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. What is the next race? I've not even looked.
Oh, Canada.
Oh,
I
Canada.
think.
I like Canada. Canada's good. Okay.
I like how the one thing you said before Canada was "oh" to make that perfect "oh Canada" phrase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Canada
Montreal
good.
next.
I like the rest of the tracks, actually. I'm feeling confident.
Yeah.
Monaco was the question mark.
Yeah, I mean, and you, managed to do an absolute amazing job on it. But yeah,
Yeah. No bin today.
no,
I can breathe now.
no meeting Barry anymore.
No. I can go
Barry
and
R
breathe
has been
now.
banished.
Yeah. Yeah, Carl, yeah, of course, I said Montreal next, and we can't wait to hopefully see you next week for that track, and hopefully see the Jaguar in these
Fingers
high.
crossed. I like these cars and I like the rest of the tracks, so hopefully I'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah, we hope to see you next week.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, now let's go and bring in. Who do you want to bring now, Eddie or Tiglish?
Oh, and also, and Eddie, Kays is coming. We'll do him last since he can't jump the queue.
Exactly.
We'll do Eddie because I believe Eddie came P6.
Did he?
Hello.
Hello,
Eddie,
Eddie.
welcome. Just quickly checking the results. You did, in fact, come in P6 despite having multiple, I think, random position drops that we didn't quite see what happened there. But P6 is a good result around Monaco, especially with just one pit stop.
Yeah, I don't know how I managed to do just one pit stop. I had no damage at all the whole race.
Wow, and that on a controller.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot you were on a controller. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Have you done that? Because I couldn't even do these cars.
I don't ask that. I don't know.
It's a trade secret.
No.
No, but like, did you change anything particularly massive on the car for the hairpin, or?
No, I don't know. I just had like a bit of practice before the official one. In the time trial, I got my teammates a setup, and it was perfect for me. And that was lucky, and I ended up not doing damage to my car.
I mean, yo.
So that just makes me extra curious though, because I really do think I saw you drop positions at some point. But if you didn't have any damage, what happened?
Yeah, because it was during the pit stop. Because my game decided to repair my engine, even though I turned it off, and I lost like 40 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, that's really harsh.
Yeah, that was bad, but I don't know how I managed to get up in 6th. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you finished ahead of some notable people in that race. You finished ahead of both Roman and Tomahawks, so that's definitely good for your standings position.
Yeah, I'm surprised and I'm happy.
And who would you say your main rival is going to be this season?
I don't know. I need to check my performance in real tracks to see that.
Because you are currently just behind Wild Package, Fennec, and Jedlin in the standings. They are subject to change because we haven't had the stewards meeting yet, obviously. But yeah, it's very, very tight from P7 in the standings all the way down to probably around P12 or P11, I'd say.
Yeah, I missed the first race, so this is my first race. And I don't know, I think I will fight for top 10, I hope, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think you've got the pace for it. Just got to work on that controller consistency, and if you keep on putting out performances like this, I don't think you have too much to worry about.
Yeah, the thing is just to get used to the setup of the car while I practice.
Yeah, exactly. And your team is currently tied for 5th place with 2 other teams. So
Yeah, that's mad.
yeah, and actually speaking about Mats, do you recall what specifically happened to him? Did he have like some sort of screen freeze, or what was it?
I think he got black screen.
Oh,
Is happening a lot to him in the last races.
That's
And
this kind of thing's been happening to him for forever. It's I'm not sure if it's his internet or his computer, but he's got some sort of major issues to.
I don't know if it is the computer or just the game. But
That'd be very unfortunate if it's the game,
that's
because
unfortunate.
everyone's supposed to be playing the same game. So
yeah, that's really unfortunate.
but yeah, I definitely hope, because he was arguably the only driver who had the pace to really take it to P1 this time around, and would have been interesting to see if he could have gotten his post pit stop position back. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what he does next time. Do you guys practice together a lot at all, or is it mostly just setup sharing?
I mean, just setup sharing through time trials.
yeah, clearly.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Clearly,
Because I'm just focusing on getting used to the car and trying to be as smooth as possible.
Yeah, and I mean that's definitely something you can only really teach yourself. So hats off to you for doing that, getting that good result. Nismo, do you have any more questions?
other than thank you for proving me wrong when I was driving all those laps on controller, crashing into probably every single wall. And when I mean every single
my
wall,
qualifying was terrible. I hit the wall every single lap multiple times. So
Actually, yeah.
I'm even more surprised that I didn't touch a wall in the race.
I actually do have one final question for you, Eddie. How on earth did you avoid the starting chaos?
I don't know.
That
I
is
think
very...
just because I was so far behind, I had the time to slow down. The only thing I saw was just a smoke screen, like Vietnam flashback.
Yeah, we've had some other drivers say the very similar things. It seems almost like it was a rainy start with a bunch of spray in the air. But yeah, we'll see if there's any rain in future races. I definitely hope so, because it will be extra spicy once again. But I hope to see you again next week, Eddie, and thanks for coming on.
I will be there. See ya, guys.
yeah, see you next week.
See ya. And then let's go ahead and bring in the Tickle Master.
Yeah, indeed.
Ticklish, welcome.
Thanks. Hello.
Yeah, we saw you get involved in a decent amount of battles, but you also had some moments where the wall was unfortunately a little too close for comfort. Can you tell us a bit more about how your race went?
Yeah, I think Rascas was my arch enemy in this race, to be honest. I was very fond of lugging up the tires and then ending up in the wall. Yeah, but honestly, like, all things considered, and especially considering my qualifying performance, where I only managed to get a P19, then I'm very happy with a P10 in the end. And yeah, it's kind of ironic because you always say that the qualifying performance is what matters at Monaco, but apparently it wasn't the case today. So yeah, but no, I'm quite happy with it, and I also managed to do some overtakes on my own kind of pace. So yeah, overall I'm quite happy, even though it was a little bit scruffy, but I kept it relatively clean, except for one time where I actually ended up tapping the wall on the outside of the swimming pool, and that actually ended up taking off my wing, which luckily I was very close to the pits, so I could go in and get it fixed. And I lost a position of it on it, but honestly, I was happy that it didn't cost me more than one position to change the rear wing. So yeah, all in all, I'm actually quite satisfied with my race.
Yeah, I mean, definitely P10's nothing to scoff at as well. Your own teammate had some issues as well, I believe. Still finishing. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong race results here. Still finishing P7. So double points finish for the team. Definitely good for the standings. Did you have like some sort of goal for this race? Like, where did you expect to finish?
Oh, I mean, I think most people didn't really have a goal for this race other than survive, and I
That
think
is true.
I was one of the majority of just wanting to survive. But I mean, a punch finish would always be kind of what I'm aiming for, I guess. So yeah, and I actually think it ended up being that everyone who finished got points, if I'm not totally mistaken. So
Yeah, because we did have a lot of drivers disconnecting or DNFing, and I do want to say as well, it's definitely a very good result to get into that top 10 at the end, because I believe during, I'm not sure if it was maybe around the time of the second safety car, but we saw you all the way at the back of the grid at some point.
yeah, I was well, I guess the furthest I was back was when I qualified and I started P19. So, and yeah, I guess just because of the people having, getting damaged and stuff, and then them having to pit, and obviously we had the big incident at the start, which also gave me a couple of positions. So yeah, I mean, I didn't keep it clean, but I kept it cleaner than other people. So yeah, I guess I was just kind of slowly making my way up the field. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the end, that definitely ends up making the difference. Just trying to look again at your finishing position. You finished one lap down on the lead. Did you have any scary moments when you were lapping other people or getting lapped yourself?
No, actually, I feel like people were, at least from my end, I think people were pretty good at the lapping, which, I mean, you really have to be at this track. So I think most people were taking that part of the race serious, and not getting in each other's ways, of course, with the lapping. And I obviously tried to not get in people's ways as well. So I think that was a pretty clean part of at least my point of view of the race.
No, that's definitely great to hear. And one more question for me as well will be, what track are you looking forward to most for the rest of this season?
Oh, I mean, I am a big Spa fanboy, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Going back to the 93 layout with the bus stop chicane, that's going to be very, very fun to go back to that one. And I mean, actually, also I like Suzuka or whatever it's called in the game. I like that one as well. So I think I'm looking forward the most to Spa, but I'll say definitely Suzuka is the second on my list.
Definitely a fan of high speed tracks. Then Nismo, do you have any more questions?
No, other than if you like Suzuka, you've got to like the rain then, because I believe it is going to be raining for that track.
Oh.
So, yeah, maybe not as high speed, but definitely going to be interesting, and maybe just as interesting, and maybe in a way controversial as this race will be. Yeah, it's been good watching you have your battles with people over the race, and can't wait to see you next week.
Oh, hold on. I do have one more question though. Ticklish, I believe you did have a management role back at AOR for a while. Did you ever have to do stewarding there?
Yeah, I did stewarding for at least in GT3. I did it for my tier, and in all the other seasons we had afterwards, I did stewarding for everything.
So as a former steward yourself, do you have anything to say to this league steward team for the upcoming meeting?
I mean, good luck.
At least someone understands our pain now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I just talked with Ultimate Kesa just a moment ago before you dragged me in here, and he was sounding a little bit down about it, but I think you were kind of expecting it, but yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit of a long night for the stewards. So
No,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm definitely at least happy that the second half of the race wasn't a carbon copy of the first half, because we did get to see some good racing as well. But I think that'll be all of the interviews for tonight. Unless, do you know if Kaze is willing to come in here? Because he joined the interview a little late.
I think so. He didn't mention anything about not being willing, so I think.
All right,
let's
we're gonna
drag
go
him
pull
in.
him
Let's
in.
drag him in. And yeah, and Tickers, we will see you next week hopefully.
Definitely, yeah. Looking forward to it.
All right, good luck and have fun at Spa when it comes up too.
Yeah, thanks. See you guys.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in our last interviewee, Ultimate Keza, our other podium finisher.
it's weird to tell us about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely quite weird whatever was going on in there. But welcome, Kays, and congrats on that podium.
Welcome. How are you guys?
It's still realizing how many tickets we're gonna have to do. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, totally. But what do you guys say? Was it enjoyable to watch?
Absolutely. I mean, we had some people saying it was quite bonkers, and the first half in particular was full of chaos. Second half, we saw quite a bit of good racing and some people having very bizarre incidents. We saw some people driving backwards down the track to get out of other people's way. We saw some people driving the car actually backwards, like not in reverse down the track, which is also interesting. So we saw a bit of everything tonight.
Nice.
Especially those photos that I seen in the chat. That I think that very much sums up how that race has gone. To be honest.
Yeah, actually, I only I had one rear wing damage the whole race, and I got it right at the start. Because somebody just slightly touched my rear at the start when I had to slow down because of Roman spinning out. That was actually also a very weird incident. I think it was because he wasn't using traction control.
Oh.
Just P2 spinning out, unavoidable carnage.
Yeah, and we saw some cars seemingly going up to the heavens there as if they were being abducted, and then even I think after the safety car was called, more immediate incidents as well. So it's going to be interesting to look at. But enough about that. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, surprisingly good. I mean, I aimed for holding my quali position, which would have been before, I think, and I think in qualifying I could have got P3, but I actually lost a bit of time in the last two corners. And weirdly enough, in practice, I tried doing a soft strategy, but on my practice, the softs were done after 15 laps, and therefore I got actually used hards at the beginning. And tried to go long and do a soft stint at the end. And that led to a few issues because every time we had a safety car, maybe you guys noticed that the two guys in front of me, like Mats and Runelink, were driving away pretty fast while I was holding up Tomba. And that was actually because I needed 2 or 3 laps to get temperature into the tires to be somewhat competitive again, while the hards are already being slower than the softs anyway, right?
So you think all of your opponents up front were on the softs?
I think so, yes. I know for a fact, I talked to Tomba briefly, that he also was soft. And when I did my soft stint at the end, it also was really fine on tire wear. I did 15, 16 laps on it, and I think I was not even at 50% of the tires. So I don't know why my tire wear was so high in practice. Maybe it was track conditions. Maybe it was just because the track was more rubbered in now. I'm not sure. But yeah, I probably could have pulled off soft too. But yeah. And actually the second safety car came at the perfect time for me, pretty much because it was within 2 laps or so of my planned safety car window anyway. Not within my planned pit window anyway. So yeah, that was pretty good. I don't think it changed anything on positions though. I think I had the gap to the guys behind because Findic and Tomba had already pitted.
Yeah, but, I believe at some point Matt had pitted as well, and he was stuck behind you, and you were not budging one bit. Tell us a bit about that fight.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to the other guys about it. The thing about Monaco is an overtake is only really possible if you do a mistake or if the pace difference is really, really big. And obviously knowing that it's not the case, I didn't really have any pressure because I know that as long as I don't do a mistake, he can't overtake anyway. So yeah, I just I just thought, sucks for Mats because I'm slower than Runelink, and he's gonna lose out to him in front. But I really didn't feel that much under threat here, and that's just purely because it's Monaco.
That is interesting though, because you did admit that they were a lot faster on those softs, and we saw them pull like a 2-second gap immediately after the start every time, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the dirty air and just the track layouts, obviously due to the weaker quote-unquote tires, I didn't have the cornering speed, but still, Mats behind me can't take any corner speed because I'm in front, and on the exit I'm still faster. Like, there's no, that's just the thing on Monaco. It's survival. It's keeping it clean. It's having good strategy, and overtaking is just very tough.
Yeah, that is definitely true, and I think that explains why you were able to keep up with Runelink a bit better at the end as well, because you were on that better tire. Because we did notice you were holding on quite a bit better in the second stint. But yeah, did you witness any of the other safety car incidents yourself? Because quite a bit of them happened off camera.
I don't think so. I know that but I only know it because of like the MSR guys telling me in TeamSpeak, and also Runelink was just streaming the replay over in the Ready for Interview channel. I think the second safety car was due to one of the Toyotas missing turn 1 and hitting a wall, and then just a pileup that happened after.
Oh god.
And I think the third safety car was one of the Jaguars, also like hitting the wall on its own, spinning around, and also, having cars hit it from behind.
I think we did catch that one.
Yeah, but I don't know about the third one. I only know that apparently people were stuck somewhere. Maybe it happened, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think overall, obviously I would have liked to keep the number of safety cars lower, but I think overall, especially when I look at the blue flagged traffic and also the battles, quote unquote, I witnessed, it was all fairly clean. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the safety car count, we had 4 in total. 3 of them happened within the first 7 laps of the race.
Yeah.
And for the entire rest of the race, we only had 1 safety car, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say, especially when you consider the fact that we did lose a lot of people, but most of those people were gone after the 3rd safety car. We actually had a lot of people stay with us throughout those incidents, which was nice to see, and a fairly decent amount of finishers for a car for a track that's infamous for killing people.
Yeah, I agreed. Like, but I still think like some people maybe. Obviously, I didn't know the details, but I feel like at least some of the people maybe just quit too early because they thought their race was gone, But they could have probably gotten back some positions when they on the last safety car or something.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, we did see a lot of people unlap themselves, because I think the last safety car lasted for what, three full laps or something.
Yeah, because we had to collect the field and get some unlapping going. It was pretty chaotic. Also, shout out at this point to like Xaviers and Eisenschenk that were also part of doing like a race control thing back there, because driving and also sorting all this stuff out is quite a challenge sometimes, and so I'm pretty happy to have those guys helping me out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, did you guys take a look at the points yet?
Well, I did look at the team standings, and we do have 3 teams tied for P5, I believe. And you are currently tied for 1st place, actually. Yes.
Correct. And actually, I was on my way to the fastest lap, but one of the BMWs crashed into the second to last corner on the last lap, so I had to slow down, and sadly didn't get the fastest lap. Otherwise, I would have been.
How much quicker were you by chance?
I was about 4 tenths up, so that would have been like a tenth or 2 quicker.
That is actually very interesting that both you and Runelink were pushing for fastest laps at the end of the race, not trying to bring it home, just trying to get that extra point in.
Yeah, I mean, I had like, as long as I don't bin it like really, really hard, I think I had like between 8 and 10 seconds of a gap, and Runelink I think had even more in front, so the risk was, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ended up finishing a good 14 seconds ahead of P3.
Yeah, so as long as you don't spin it around or absolutely obliterate your car,
Yeah.
I think that was doable. And also you have to see like the guys in front were doing like I think 1/10 in the quali, so that's still over a second slower than what the quali was. So I think they were still keeping it a bit safe.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta absolutely yeet the car in qualifying to get anywhere, especially when the grid is that tight. But another shout out to Wild Package as well, because I just realized P5 with 3 pit stops. That's pretty insane.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think he also said that they had was P14 and had damage and whatever, but that just shows the race is only over when it's over.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, Michael, we are still streaming. I think we're about to finish off our final interview, so thank you for joining. Nismo, do you have any more questions for our P2 finisher?
Other than, yeah, well done. And if you guys are going joint into the next race, I hope to see you two battling for that first position.
I mean, if I can at all, would be really good. But it just has to be said, when it comes to pure pace, I don't think I'm a match for either Link or Roman. But yeah, obviously, I seem to be at least consistent for now. So I'll try to keep that up, and maybe that's enough. Who knows?
All right, well, we'll just have to wait and see. So looking forward to your future performances, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, see ya. Thank you.
Yeah, that is pretty much the end of the stream. It's been quite an eventful one, I've got to say, and yeah, we've had a lot of drama and a lot of tickets. So also don't forget to tune in on Thursday, where we'll be regrettably going through all of them. And yeah, so yeah, as always, been a pleasure streaming and commentating, and I hope to see you guys next week Thursday and next week for the stewards meeting and for round 3 at Montreal, Canada.
I do have to wonder which one's going to be more action-packed, the stewards meeting or the next race. We'll just have to wait and see, because that's going to be an interesting one for sure.
Someone's going to end up crying by Thursday. Probably me. Yeah, we will see you guys.
It's all the hydrates, really.
Yeah, we will see you guys then.
Thanks for joining, everyone.